Cool if you want.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed, bound her in her bone. The seas be ours, and by the powers where will roam.
What is good, Raider Nation? Welcome back to yet another episode of Raiders Wednesday Night Live Show. I'm joined by my friends Dustin, William, and Sergio. As always, say what's up, everybody.
What's up?
What's good?
Salute Raider Nation. Appreciate y'all. Salute Al, Took Your Souls, AJ, Richard, all of you guys, man. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate y'all putting all that in there like that, man. Thanks a lot, man. Salute to the panel. Appreciate everybody being here. I got my kids here, so they want to say hi real quick. You want to say hi? Tell them hi.
Hi, Dustin.
Tell them hi. Tell them hi. Let's go. Hurry up. I got to go. Tell them, Savannah. Savannah and Faith.
Hi. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us.
Hi. Heck yeah. We're going to be here to chill for a little bit. Heck yeah. Good job, guys.
Yeah. So obviously, salute, as always, salute to the members of this panel for joining us. Salute to our special guests in Savannah and Faith, Dustin's kids, for joining us as well. Honorary members of the panel for today.
Hell yeah.
In the chat, as always, for holding it down. We wouldn't be able to do the show without you guys, as always. And last but not least, thank you to our viewers for watching along and commenting along with us as we begin this broadcast. We got another great one for you guys, as always. Just a quick reminder before we do get started. Our Nightbot, our bot in the comment section, should be posting, if it hasn't already, in a couple minutes. We'll be posting various links to our various platforms. So if you guys wouldn't mind when it does post those comments to check all those out and just tap in with us on all those platforms through those links, that would be greatly appreciated. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of those platforms. So the bot's going to first and foremost include a link to the Death Star Port YouTube channel, which we're currently broadcasting to. So if you guys haven't already, if you could subscribe to that channel, hit the notification bell, like as many videos as possible, and comment on as many videos as possible. That'd be greatly appreciated. The second link that's going to share with you guys is a link to our Twitch channel, Death Star Port on Twitch, which we're also currently broadcasting to. If you guys are on Twitch, if you guys could follow us on there or subscribe to us on Twitch, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. It's also going to include a link to our Instagram account, the Death Star Port on Instagram. So if you guys are on Instagram, if you guys could just follow that link, give us a follow on Instagram, as well as throw some likes on some of our posts, and maybe even share some of our posts, not only to your story, but to your friends over DM. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. And last but not least, the bot is going to share a link to our Discord server, the DSR Discord server. We'd especially like for you guys to check out that link because we really consider that server to be the heart of what we do here at DSR. It's a great community. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's a great way to connect with a whole bunch of people, not only through not all things Raiders, but through a whole wide variety of topics. We have a Raiders chat in there, obviously, where we talk about all things Raiders. We also have a general chat. We talk about life in general. We have we talk about the NFL at large. We have fantasy leagues, both NBA and NFL. We talk about other sports leagues like the MLB, NBA, and NHL. We have promotional events like free giveaways. We just started up our free movie nights again, where we all get in the Discord and watch a movie together. So that's a great way to spend a weekend night as well. We have channels dedicated to all kinds of Raiders content creators, not only on YouTube but on Instagram and Twitter as well. We have all kinds of channels dedicated to different updates throughout many different sports leagues, um, as far as like social media updates on Twitter and Instagram and things of that nature. So like I said, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on in that Discord. A lot of different, ways to connect, with people, not only through all things Raiders, but through a wide variety of topics. So like I said, we'd love for you guys to join us in there. So if you guys could check out that link as well and just join us in the DSR Discord server, if you guys are on Discord as well, that'd be greatly appreciated. So like I said, if you guys could just check out all those platforms and just tap in with us when you get the chance through those links, that would be greatly appreciated. And we do thank you guys in advance for that. Like I said, the Death Star Port YouTube channel, Death Star Port Twitch channel, Death Star Port on Instagram, and last but not least, the Death Star DSR Discord server. So like I said, if you guys could tap in with all this there, that'd be greatly appreciated. We also, so the bot will be posting all these links multiple times throughout the duration of this broadcast. So you guys will have ample opportunities to check out those links. So like I said, when you guys do get a chance, you just tap in with us on all of those links. That would be greatly appreciated. And so with all that out of the way, once again, thank you in advance for that, guys. But with all that out of the way, and without further ado, let's begin our broadcast with our first topic. So, obviously, as I'm sure pretty much all of you are aware, there's somewhat of a storm of concern and uncertainty surrounding running back Josh Jacobs due to his tweeting out simply the words "bad business" via Twitter yesterday, which sort of sent a whole bunch of people, not only Raiders fans but the NFL world in general, in sort of a tizzy as far as wondering what exactly his status is with the Raiders right now. What will it be come training camp, or even, pray tell, the 2023 regular season? Have contract talks gone so south that they're not even worth revisiting or resurrecting at this point? Was he talking about something else? Everybody's wondering. So why don't we just go around the panel and talk about our thoughts on this tweet? If we think that there's something to dig up here, there's something to really, to discover or put our minds to as far as a deeper meaning, or if he's just upset right now and things can be mended with the Raiders' top brass, and if a deal can eventually get done for him to play running back for the Las Vegas Raiders this coming season. Dustin, I believe this was your topic, so if you want to get us started on your thoughts on the matter.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've heard a lot of different mixed deals. I've heard like the bad business was referred to a video game that he was playing, that he came out and said that he was playing a video game and that it was called Bad Business. So the other things is like, so after I read into that article about him saying that as a video game, I actually went to his Twitter page and looked through his Twitter page and stuff like that. And like I said, I mean, to me, it's kind of conflicting either way you're looking at it, because I feel like Josh is playing both sides of the ball, because there's a lot of things that he's saying right now that are like conflicting instantly, it's conflicting instantly, because he'll say one thing about, the money, and then the next thing you know, he's over here advocating for people to get paid. You can see that he's on his deal talking about a person that was before and how he wants to have this and have that, and it's like, when we were in the season getting to the end, regardless of what quarterback was going to be there, he didn't know who was going to be there, and they can make assumptions all they want. But at the end of the day, he said, and he brought it up. Other people didn't. He brought it up numerous times to talk about that he would play on that tag. And then all of a sudden after the deal, and we were done with the season, so nothing changed. Nothing changed after it. He said it 3-4 times in the locker room, multiple times when it was brought up. He could have just said instantly that, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. It's the future, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? They get scripted for shit like this. But to sit and advocate that that's what he wants to do and then turn around and say that he don't want to do it now and that he wants the money and that he's not fighting for himself. He's fighting for a dude he's never even met or seen or anything. I just think it's the craziest shit. And I'm not even going to lie. Like when you look at the Bad Business, no matter how you look at it, like no matter how you want to label it, no matter how he wants to say it, right? If he wants to say it's a video game or not, why are you putting stuff like that in those type of words, regardless of what you're doing, when everybody knows you're going through contract, everybody knows that you're sitting out. It's almost like if he's playing into the game, you know what I mean? Like he wants to stoke up people and see what their reactions and how people do, because the second he posts that, it's the first big thing that gets posted to every single Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, like I said, it's now we go from Carr and now we're going to other players doing this shit all over again. And I just think it's crazy anymore. Like I'm at the point where I've advocated, hey, listen, drink that drink, drink it, watch your stuff, go. I'm at the point anymore, like in my opinion, like I've advocated numerous times through the off season when we talked about it, that they need to just blow the fucking team all day. Hey, stop touching my shit. Watch the deal. No. And what I say is that at the end of the day, just blow the fuck thing up and get rid of all those dudes. Like get rid of every one of them, because this is going to become a fucking problem. It's like everybody's like, oh, Carr here, this is the problem, blah, blah, blah. That no bullshit. It's not Carr. It's the next best guy. That's what it is. It just showed Carr was better than all of them in their eyes. So Carr was the one that got it every time. But now that Carr's gone, it's just going down the fucking totem. Every single player, it's going to go to every single guy. Then we're going to have these conversations. We're going to have these debates. We're going to have this debacle between the fan base and all the shit. Like, just cut the damn deal for once. Get rid of these fucking dudes. Start with your own dudes and let's go. Like, listen, I don't want to open up a deal and see a dude that buys out his jersey, advocating that he's going to play for the Raiders, putting it on his page. Like, if you're not advocating to play for the team, you would never make those posts on your Instagram. You want to highlight that shit, dude, you'd be in the dark, because that's what dudes do, and that's what they've been doing for the history of football and so on. And at that point, I sit here and say is like, I don't care. I don't care if it's him anymore. I don't give a shit. And like I've always said, like when I speak on things, I speak like if he's going to be here or not, he's a Raider. You know what I mean? But we're getting to a point where it's going to be next week. It's going to be it's going to be like this all the way until we hit fucking July 17th. Once we hit July 17th, that's when, he either signs or doesn't sign, is when we're going to figure this shit out. But I don't want to hear a story every single fucking week about it. Like, I would literally, if I was Ziegler, pull him and his agent in. I'd be like, listen, if you can't hit a contract this year and you're not going to play on the tag, then we need you to sign so we can trade. Because at this point, it's going to become more of a hassle, I think, to the organization, the team, the chemistry. You're fucking up a lot of shit, dude, when you have a chance to actually do something where the actual surrounding of your team, listen, dude, look in this fucking mirror. Do it in there, okay? At the deal, it's like you're building something where in the past you were lucky if you had one player depth in certain spots. On both sides of the ball, you have depth everywhere. And I've always said, like, you have depth where even if an injury, and some is to the injury, you know what I mean? Like, so at those, it is what it is. That's how the NFL is made, man. Nobody's roster is fucking perfect, dude. Nobody's roster is perfect when it starts, and nobody's as perfect when it ends, So if you're just looking at where the team is, trying to make a quick turnaround, trying to get people acclimated to the team, the system, the chemistry of the players, these guys are going to be cancers. And it's just going to be, again, like I said, in Renfrow, I don't see anything in Renfrow whatsoever. Like, he's out there playing. He's out there be the team. He's never said one fucking word yet, dude. You know what I mean? This guy over here, he could have signed the damn tag. He could have been in here with his players. He could already be here. But I feel like what his issue is he wants to be the main back. Like, give me the ball 90-10. Like, that's what he wants. And they're already sitting here saying, like, it's not going to be a 90-10 system. And I think he wants to stalemate Ziegler, where Ziegler is just going to be like, stalemate yourself. Like, he has nothing to lose. Like I've said, look, dude, I've said this. Zamir, fucking Britton, all these guys. You got fuck 5 guys over here that are practicing, they're playing. One day they show up to camp. One day one dude takes off. That's the next halfback in the Raiders organization. That's how history works. You sit on the bench too long, sit on the bench too damn long, man, and you watch your time go right on by. And I just think when you're doing this shit, so what? He comes back to the team afterwards, after all this shit, he signs the tag, and then is he going to be a cancer, or is he going to be the self-driving coach that I've seen him to be in the past, you know, where he's trying to build up people, he's fucking bringing that energy, because he is a good leader when he's there, but I just don't want him to advocate for the wrong type of leader. Like, are you bringing negative leadership at this point because you didn't get your shit? And we're just going to be like, haha, or hey, if that's the case, I'm telling you, I'd rather just sit him out, man. Like, I don't even want to go down this road. I feel like we're just going to end up in like a Terrell Owens type shit. And I'm not saying Jacobs like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, when you start getting these dudes that seem like they're higher than where they're at, and they keep saying, like, the thing I keep hearing them talk about is advocating about the player role, you know, like where the money's at. Like, look, dude, you knew this shit when you were in high school. You knew this shit when you were in college, that position's been going through like that for years. Every motherfucking guy that fucking watches football or knows football or anything knows that's one of the easiest places to change. They've said it over fucking every one of your guys' lifetime. They've said it numerous times that the halfback position is the easiest position to move off of. If he wanted to make money, he should have been a fucking quarterback or a wide receiver or DN or a fucking linebacker. You know, like, you already know where you're going. And for him and Saquon to sit out and try to prove something to the end, they're going to fuck themselves, dude. Like, you're not, listen, you're talking about 2 good players. Like, you're talking about 2 good players. There's no arguing that. But they are not the most dominant players in the NFL at that position right now. If you took a guy that's winning and breaking records and fucking, like, I mean, fuck, I bet you if you sat there, Derrick Henry, and he was threatening to sit for a year, we'd probably have a way bigger conversation on hand. Like, there'd probably be a much bigger issue. Yeah, sit down. We'd have a way bigger issue. I just think the two dudes doing it right now are not the voices to be doing it, in my opinion. I've said there's nothing wrong with Jacobs getting 1,000 yard season. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, and have 3 of them and 800. Like, that's what a normal consistent back does, dude. But it's not like other backs haven't been doing the same exact fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, for him to pop off 1 year at 2,000 all-purpose, stop talking to me for now. And if you look at it, like, he pops off every single fucking year at 2,250 yard games, all these things, like, he's making statement games every single time he touches the fucking ball. Like, when we're sitting here looking at Josh, let's be real, how many halfbacks have gone out, started seasons like he has, or careers, and done exactly what he's done? And then watch this has been repeated numerous times. I've said it, look this shit up if people don't know the history of the game. I've said it. He's not even going to come close to that 2,000 all-purpose yards, especially the way Josh made this team and Ziegler. And that's why his yards are going to drop down. And they're comfortable with that because they're like, hey, we're going to set you right here to make sure the money that you're deserved is at that point, because we're going to run 2 of you, not just 1 of you. So we're not just going to force feed you for the $10 million we're going to give you. You know, we're going to split the workload. And let's think about it. In New England, they wouldn't even give a dude $10 million at that position. For them to even consider about giving you $10 million just shows how they feel about him to begin with. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like he's going to catch himself right out the door, man. Like, I really, honest to God, feel. But at the same time, what if Josh is just playing a fucking game the whole time? Like, what if Josh is just playing a fucking game? Like, he's like, hey, everybody already knows I train somewhere else, so I'm not even going to be there. And if I sign that tag, then he would be held responsible for missing the OTA, so he'd be fined every single one. And I think that fine was like, what, $900,000, almost $1 million if you miss those 3 days. So I don't think I think he has a bigger purpose behind it. But I think at the end of the day, Josh is going to be a Raider. He's going to sign that tag if nothing gets done. And I'm just going to go by what Ziegler said. Ziegler said he ain't giving him a fucking contract. Like Ziegler straight said, I'm not giving him a contract. They fucking going to run it back. That's exactly what he said. And I said, Josh don't want to go into this game mode because they have 2 years that they can tag Josh and sit him on the bench if they just want to play that way. You know what I mean? And like I said, for them to lack in one halfback position, good. They healthy scratched numerous dudes last year on a roster spot. So I can see them doing the same with him and sitting him there the whole year. So would you want to do it? No. But again, at the end of the day, I've said Ziegler can do it twice, not just once. He can do it twice, you know. So like I say, man, I hope Josh figures it out, but I'm just to the point where I'm over it, man. It's like the Jimmy shit, this shit. I'm just over this shit. Like, I'd rather just talk about my rookies or players that are coming in or people coming to the team, because I just think freaking it's the same talk. I feel like how I feel personally is the minute one of these conversations start to die out and people start to move on to, oh, look at this tight end, look at this fucking receiver, look at this dude playing, bam, next thing you know, here comes the bullshit again. Like instantly. It's one or the other.
You know, Dustin, and you know, Jacobs actually feels the same way, because this is sort of like a shout out to Raiders Resistance, but this past week Jacobs has been kind of flipping out on the fan base, because he's even commented on posts, on comments about him, about how everyone in the fan base has been giving him hate mail, basically. How he said out of his own mouth, like, everything that he's been tweeting that seems cryptic has been football related. And then he says, this is his words, "The problem is with y'all fans, y'all don't know anything on the inside that's been discussed, and you assume I'm asking too much and create a narrative when y'all just need to sit back and shut the F up." So he's basically telling the fan base that everyone's creating this narrative that, like, he's the bad guy, when he's
but
saying,
nobody's creating the narrative, because what's the last thing you heard about his shit? Like, let's be honest. Like, this is my point. He's contradicting the shit he says. He says that right now, right? What did he just say? What did he just say just recently? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah, what you just
he's contradicting himself. One minute it's the fucking fans, the next minute it's that they ain't getting the fucking money, the next minute hey, listen, if he's gonna play in 12 million, why hasn't the deal been a deal? Well, you know why? Because he wants more guaranteed money. They probably came to an agreement on the fucking deal, and now he wants more than what they bargained. So he's right. We don't know shit, because you keep saying that shit and then flip the fucking conversation. You're right. Like I said, why would you post out bad business and then counter react it with the fact that, oh, I think it was a video, you know, that it came from this new video game that's out, and then you know you're in your contract. And then you know you just posted shit like that. You know you just posted about that Thorpe dude. Like, you know that you're posting these shit, dude. Like, one minute it's like, hey, I want to be a Raider, and the next minute it's you don't know shit. Well, we don't know, because the reason is every time you fucking speak in Chinese, motherfucker. Like, you fucking speaking something we don't fucking understand, because one minute you're talking English, the next minute you're talking shit we don't get. Like, that's all I'm saying. So for me as a fan, I've always said I've liked Josh. I've never felt like I've not liked him, but I don't like this. Like, this is the thing. Like, you can sit back, tell your agent to get your contract, and they can get your contract. You don't need to fucking say shit about it. The agent talks to him. So why is he over talking to the public? Why is he going on somebody's post and commenting on it? That's not what professionals do. Professionals don't do that shit. Devontae ain't gonna go over there and comment on dude when he about get $154 million contract because he worked and earned that shit. It wasn't given to him. He was entitled from the day one that he stepped foot on that field and got it. The difference is when Ziegler looks at this, just like I do, any smart football fan that can evaluate football will say, You got there because of other fucking reasons. You did not get there because you just dominate. If you just dominate, why do you get stopped in the goal line when dudes know what you're going to do now? They know you're going to dive over. They meet you right there, stop you. How come in the Pittsburgh game you got stopped 3 yards behind fucking 3 times in a row? How come in big game moments when it takes that next stride to get through that motherfucker, you either got to run behind a motherfucker to get up that fucking deal. And I've always said, people need to pay attention to Josh's fucking one-on-ones because he runs behind the line, he hits the gap, he one-on-ones, and yeah, he'll dog a motherfucker one-on-one. But Josh isn't sitting over here fucking heading up in a dude in the backfield. And to sit there and say, oh, Josh is elite, he does it on his own. Okay, is he Derrick Henry type shit? No, he doesn't fucking do that. Is he Barry Sanders type shit? No, he doesn't run 30 yards back to go fucking 80 yards forward and go get those. And so what fucking dominance are we talking about? What fucking dominance are we talking about?
For the past few months is the problem with Jacobs is he's basically like the bowling ball, but the problem with it is this bowling ball isn't dynamic. It's just straightforward.
Yeah, I agree with
and he's dog, bro.
The other thing is take a
Jimmy,
step
stop
back.
touching shit. Play your deal, or my bad.
No, it's all good. Take a step back and look at Jacobs' career. He's always off on third down, right? He can't block on third down. And I think an elite running back has to be a three-down back. And Jacobs isn't a three-down back.
Yeah, and I've always said, like, I'm not trying to bag him or say things bad about him.
Someone's echoing.
Like, say bad things about him. What the hell? I don't know. What is it?
It looks like someone Blackbird is echoing.
Somebody's mic is still.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, freaking. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, there's a lot more. Like in the past, John and them would have probably gave Josh it because of a lot of reasons. One, they drafted him. One, they're gonna be biased to those type of moments inside there. Ziegler's not biased to that shit. He did it with Carr, and he's gonna do it with Josh, and he's gonna do it with Waller, and he's gonna do it with every last one of these motherfuckers, because at the end of the day, that's what Ziegler's fucking job is. And if we expect any less, then we're not expecting a good GM to begin with, dude. For him to sit here and say and call him out on it and tell him like, hey, bro, let's be fucking real. Half the team was fucking injured, dude. Like, we really only had 3 dudes over here, and you and fucking Adams had 2/3 of the fucking snaps alone. You never did that under Gruden. You never did that in any tender here, period. So it obviously tells you something happened for you to get that. You didn't just get all of a sudden get that great. Like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. You don't change the line 21 times. You don't change your fucking receiving course fucking 30 fucking different times. Like, that shit, that there's a reason for it. Ziegler knows what the reason for it is, and he's made it clear to him about it. So that's all I say is like, at the end of the day, he can cry about it. He can cryptic message it. I've said it. If Josh feels he's so good and he's so right about what he's saying, why wouldn't he take the 10.8, fucking sign on the tag, run it back one more time, and then 1,000% guarantee that contract, regardless if it's from him or somebody else? He goes and pops off again at 1,800 yards and gets 2,000 plus purpose yards. A team will trade for him. Promise you. I said the reason the team ain't going to trade for him and go give up 2 first-round picks, because they're like, that's the first time that's happened. And they know, I mean, this is what I just think's funny about players. And I say this about basketball or football, about going and get a player and putting that motherfucking management in the organization. Players' minds are not the same as these fucking dudes that are going to school, studying this shit. They didn't go to school and play football. They went to school to learn these positions, these skills, and they did it for fucking 8 years, most of them, to get masters. You know, like, they didn't just go to community college and pick this shit up, you know, like. That's all I'm trying to say is, like, they are well more developed in those stages than to have a fucking player come in and act like he can run your fucking team. Like, LeBron and them are very special, and they're very few people like Brady or them, but they're 2 dudes out of 32 teams that are filled by 53 people. You know what I mean? Like, That's all I'm saying is
Yep.
like the way we're looking at these things, I'm glad Ziegler's doing it because I said last year I would have traded Josh then. I've said it
I'm just
numerous
saying.
times. I'd get rid of all these motherfuckers that were here with Gruden.
And
I
to
don't give
another
a
point
fuck.
to how Jacob's season went, so for anyone that doesn't know, for the last live, I was asked to check Adams and Jacobs' stats, how they worked. And for anyone doesn't know, Jacobs had like I think 9 games where it was less than 100 total yards,
Yep.
and he also had 9 games where he didn't score a single touchdown.
And not just that,
So most of
he's had
his
a history.
yards just came from being fed the ball way too much.
And
It's
Sergio,
facts.
not just that, if you look back at his history, right? He's a guy who gets injured. He's a guy who gets hurt, who misses games. Like that's part of his history. I'm also reminded in looking at the Jacobs situation, there's an old saying, right? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And with all this cryptic, tweeting, these cryptic messages on social media, I'm pretty sure Ziegler and McDaniels don't like this kind of behavior in which he's being all cryptic on social media. I was just
Definitely,
mentioning
because it's like the Waller situation. Like Waller's just a
Exactly.
prime example of what's going to
It-
happen.
And if anybody doesn't know what happens, just go back and look up since 2000 fucking 3-4 what they've done in those Patriots when dudes do this shit. They get axed, bro. They get out of here. They don't get contracts. They don't get brought here. Like those fools are out the door. Like I've said, you're gonna start a cancer with this dude, and then it's gonna trickle down because how do we know how close he is with some of these other guys? And are they gonna get thinking the same way when he's sitting over there saying like, yeah, I'm over here trying to do the contract. They don't want to give it. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you're going to start causing a lot of fucking problems in there where they got justification behind it. But when you're talking about friendship or people like that, you know what I mean? Like you're going to start causing a lot of fucking problems instantly. So like I said, I would bring Josh in. I've said I'd go no higher than $12 million, dude. Like you don't want $12 million. I'd be like tough shit, have a great career and hope it works out at the next place. And I've said this, and I'll put $1,000 on it, dude. Anybody that even wants to match or bet me, I'll bet $1,000 if Josh goes to another team, and let's say that team is a run heavy team, but has a shit ass line. Josh ain't gonna be the player he was here. Mark it. Go back and look at the history of our offensive line that Josh has been running behind his whole fucking career. They can say to deal or not, it's been pretty heavy hitting in the run game for the whole time he's been here, period. So like I said, he goes to another team, man, I that shit's gonna fall off. I'll bet anything, unless it's a good team like the Bills or somebody. But and again, even in the Bills, he's not gonna get. That's why I don't understand this, because he knows if he goes to another team, he's not getting that type of production. He ain't gonna go to the Bills and then be like, yeah, we're gonna give you 400 snaps. They're not gonna fucking do that. He had 340 fucking snaps, dude. Like, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. And they got Harrison and shit there too. Like I said, they're gonna split that shit up, dude. So for Josh to just sit here and act like he deserves to be the almighty fucking back, I mean, that's pretty selfish in our team, our organization, because that's what it sounds like. It's either me or fuck you. Like, fuck you. That's what I tell him. Fuck you. Because it ain't about him, or I've said it's not about one individual, regardless of who the fuck your name is. I want to give you fucking more guaranteed money. I've said he wants to be done at 30. He's going to try to hit as hard as he can all the way till the time he's done, man.
First of all, if I could, I'd like to just clear the air on something. So, as far as like the video game theory goes, if any of you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard anything else, but if you got it from my Instagram account, by the way, if you haven't already, please follow right there, Instagram, Josh Daniels NFTs. I made that up as far as my account goes.
I know I seen yours, but I seen it in an actual article of a deal that came out.
Okay. All right, because I just wanted to apologize for like any possible fake news.
No, I've seen yours going around, but it's not fake. Like I said, he posted it and cleared it up. So,
okay.
Yeah, a lot of people go around with Adam Schefter and shit like that and make articles because they can do that with that fucking guy's account.
So yeah, Dustin, the point on like when you talk about offensive line, so in both his first 2 years, the Raiders' offensive line was ranked between top 8 to 12, and that's when Jacobs had over 1,000 yards. And the moment it wasn't ranked that's when Jacobs was like getting,
Injured
like,
and
his most
injured
injuries
and fell
stuff.
under. Yep.
And then the moment that now we have a top 10 O-line again, he starts
Hey,
he starts
dude.
getting over 1,000 yards again, which kind of shows, like, it's kind of where, like, I saw this thing where someone, I forgot what their name was, the account, but they said that rushing yards are a little overrated, not because that they're not trying to discredit the rusher, but they're trying to say that you have to give credit to the offensive line too, because they're the
Facts,
ones
100%.
giving you the gaps to run through.
Dude, when you're running behind 5 fucking guys that are averaging 330 fucking pounds, 6'3" to 6'6", and they're dumping down motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure it ain't him doing that. And I've said it. If people think, listen, I evaluate tape like a motherfucker because I keep saying it. I don't try to be biased to myself in any way, shape, or form, no matter who the fucking player is, no matter who the name is or what they do or not. And you can't be a fucking fair fan to your team if you fucking don't. There are multiple flaws in this fucking guy. A hell of people do it, know it. The problem is that these Raider fans don't want to accept it because that's the best back they've had in the last few years. So, and in the last few years. So they're gonna ride that dick all the way till the end, till the last ride, last call, man. That's exactly what they're gonna do. But at the end of the day, as a real fan, no matter who the fucking guy is, no matter how well he's done, when you're trying to go out and give a dude fucking $50 million fucking dollars, you need to make fair evaluations. You need to make fair fucking valuations to that player. He's been struggling injury the whole time. Why has never anybody bring that up? They're going to say, well, he's playing. Hey, he's fucking sat out too. Like, it's not like the dude's just played every single game here. He's not. That's a way misconception, dude. Like, and then again, a player that plays through injury like him is going to risk bigger injury down the road. He's not going to get sidelined for fucking 2-3 weeks. He's going to get sidelined for a year. Like, that's the thing. Ziegler and them ain't fucking stupid. This is what they do for a living. This is what they do for a career. This is what they get paid to evaluate this shit. A guy ain't signed a contract. He'd signed it to Devontae, no problem. That fast, dude. Like, they had no problem go to Waller. They had no problem to go to Renfro and so on, dude. They got a problem to come here, and I've said it. It's on multiple deals. He's not finishing. He's running behind a fucking massive line. When he heads up on one-on-ones, yes, he can fucking beat the guy. Nobody's going to argue that. Let's go bring up tape of him on the line. Once the other team knows that he's going to fucking either go up or out to the outside, he becomes irrelevant. He cannot punch it in like that. He either needs an open field, get 5-yard, 3-yard, inside, more times than not to the outside. And then look, dude, we can pull up games. So you think I'm fucking lying? Like, let's just go get the games. Like, he got stopped on the fucking 1-yard line, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. And he didn't get stopped there once. He got stopped there 3 times. Elite players don't get stopped there like that, dude. Like, that doesn't happen. And that's all I'm saying is like, we're not gonna. Why would we want to go give him $15 million, $15 million, $15 million, and then what happens if he comes up and injured the whole year? Full fucking guaranteed, all that. He's pushing guaranteed money, man. Like, if I'm Josh all day, I'm be like, yep, sorry, bud. Sorry, I'm not fucking doing it, man. Like, if you're so good, just play the 10.8, dude. Like, that's one of the highest deals. It's high. It's a fucking quarter higher than the average pay at that point. So I don't understand this shit. Like, people keep saying like, oh, look at Christian McCaffrey. Is his backloaded contract, motherfuckers? Like, that's the whole thing. Look at his base contract. That's what I'd go look at, is the base contract. Henry's contract's like 15.2, maybe 15.5 now, because I know that they want to change and give him the highest pay. But his is the highest paid contract. So I don't understand why people keep saying this. And then when you look at fucking Saquon, he's just doing it because he's the 4th highest paid receiving back to receive money. His is just a money fuck. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler with nothing. Like, come on. The guy fucking plays. He doesn't just dominate. He gets big play. One big play goes for 40 to 60, 80 yards. And then after that, he just fucking 2 5-yard player. That's all he does. He does that all the time. He's not a Josh punch it in your face every single time. This guy just looks for the big play every game, and then that's what he does.
I would just like to say, so I mean, to be fair to Josh, as he did mention, or as you mentioned, Sergio, about, you know, his correspondence with, I guess, people in his DMs or people over the internet in general. We, to be fair to him, which he is right about, we don't exactly know what's going on behind the scenes. And what I mean by that is that, for example, the AAV, as far as like 10 or around 10, $11 million, might be palatable to him. It might be something that he would go for. But as far as I know, we haven't heard any kind of an offering that the Raiders have made him as far as a long-term contract.
He hasn't, because Ziegler said he's not going to give him one.
Right.
That's the whole
So
thing. The guy's hoping on something that they've already made clear ain't going to happen. Like, that's the whole thing. That's why I just said he's going to wait till the last second, sign his shit. He ain't going to sit on the bench, man. Unless his agent just comes to them and demands trade. I mean, that's all you have is your agent to pony the fuck up and ask the fuck out. Or you sign that shit, or you sit with Saquon and hold fucking hands and hope Saquon pays you because he's the fourth highest paid back. And money-wise, since he's been here, you made 12.8. These fools are going to give you 10.8. Like, you made 12.8 million fucking dollars in your 4 years. They about to give you 10.8 right here, right now. 1 fucking year, $10.8 million. Like, that's just what I'm not understanding. You're talking about like $2-3 million more. Like, it's nothing big. Like, let's say that he goes to another state, right? Unless it's going to be like fucking Florida, Texas, places like these. The fucking guy gives them 15 million. Guess what? It's like making 12. So it makes 0 sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, the AAV doesn't seem, it's probably not this, or it may very well not be the issue. It's the lack of security long term, and especially, given the position he plays, he'd like to have at least some kind of security because, next year he could tear his ACL, right? Like you were just talking about, the lack of O-line play around him. As we know, running backs are just very injury prone by nature, especially when they get the kind of carries that, the kind of volume that Josh Jacobs got last year.
I was gonna say, so like we're all in the same boat as like we don't think that Jacobs will end up being here beyond this year, right? Because I just don't think they're gonna end up giving it to him after this year. I think that
I mean, if he signs the tag, he'll be here. I mean, there's
like
nothing like. Oh, I don't think so. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think so. I'd bet fucking hard cash. Like, I'd put
That's
100
what
grand
I'm
on it.
thinking
I'd
too.
put 100 grand on it because
after this new season's over, he's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Fuck no, and they probably won't even waste the time on the tag. They'll probably let him walk, dude, at that point because why would they want the confliction?
I think after these last 2 weeks, I think they're going to look at this too and be like, yeah, I think he's better off just going to another team.
Yeah, because I think the way that Ziegler's looking at it right now is, and I said this the second this shit got brought up, the minute it became the first conversation, I said Ziegler checkmated that motherfucker, dude. Like, literally, like, he has 0 fucking fighting power. He has 0 anything. He is either one of 2 fucking things. Sign or sit. That's it. The end. There's no other deal, dude. Unless you can get a third option of getting your agent to go cry to these fuckers to get you to sign and trade, that'd be the only way. And then again, why would Ziegler do that? Because Ziegler's going to say this. He's going to be like, we didn't get shit for Derek. Why would we pull the tender off of you that we can get 2 first-round picks to only ship you out of here for a second? No, they're not going to do it. They're going to be like, sign or fucking go somewhere or sit out. Like I said, they checkmated that fool. Like, listen, at the end of the day, Ziegler bet, Ziegler bet right away. He said, I'm betting on the house, my house. Like, that's what he did right away. He said, we're going to bring in the receivers. We're going to bring in the tight ends. We're going to get the line right there. Josh is no longer going to get 340 snaps. What did I tell you? What did I have you look up fucking stats? If I'm just going to call it off my head, and the dual back system in New England, fucking Stevenson had 206 fucking carries and fucking Harrison had 136. They combined for 1,500 fucking yards and 20 motherfucking touchdowns. They averaged 4.6 fucking yards per carry between the two of them. Josh averaged fucking 340 snaps, which was 5 more snaps than these two motherfuckers. He had 137 more or 120 7 more yards than these two motherfuckers. He had 12 touchdowns. They had 20. The production on 2 backs versus 1 fucking back is nowhere even close in this type of system. They've showed you 5 touches less, 123 yards less, and 8 motherfucking touchdowns more. Like, that's massive.
And to anyone creating the narrative that last year the running back by committee system doesn't work, listen, and it's something I like to point out, if your only 2 weapons at the time are Adams and Jacobs due to injury, your best bet is to just give Adams the ball the entire time.
Facts. And if fucking Derek Carr's your second leading halfback with 120 yards, you know you done fucked up already. So where the fuck is this 4-back tandem at? That 4-back tandem shit didn't exist. You're gonna go into this year. Hey, listen, I don't give a fuck if Josh ain't there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Go bring in Brayton. Go bring in Zamir. Go get in these other dudes. They're gonna get the yards. I've said it 100 times. What's it matter if 3 backs? What's it matter if 3 backs have 350, 350, 350? Doesn't fucking matter. Same fucking yards. You know what 3 plus 3 plus 3 is? That's 9. Then you know what 50 and 50 and 50 is 150. It's 1,050 fucking yards. What did fucking Josh Jacob have in his 2 1,000-yard seasons? He had 1,076 or like 1,020 something. You know, like, that's all I'm saying. It's 353 times over, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if it's coming from 1 or 5. It's the same shit. And salute Omar and salute Lunatic and everybody that's showing up. Appreciate you guys, bro.
What I was going to say was, it doesn't matter who we have back there, because as long as they can run in this scheme, it's not that hard. You run behind this O-line, and this O-line just showed that they overperformed their expectations last year, and we only improved this offseason. We only brought in more talent here, so it's not like, you know, whoever's back there is going to struggle now. We don't need Josh Jacobs to be back there to dominate in the run game. This is a run-heavy scheme that they can dominate with the run game, and they went out there and they improved it. That's what they need to do. And you know what else they need to do? They need to have tight end depth. And they got better blocking tight ends, better depth.
Hey, and Ziegler said, man, 4 yard, 4 yard, 4 yard, no matter who the fuck carrying the ball, 4 yard first down. So it doesn't matter. 2 4s is 8 with 2, and fucking that's how the schemes ran, and that's how they've all go look under all their scheme, dude. I've looked this up. They all average over 4 yards per fucking carry. Josh is just an added plus in their system. They don't need in their system for him to hit a guy and go forward. I've said it. No matter with all the yards and all the touchdowns and all the shit that Jacobs and Adams had, we only had 6 fucking wins, man. Like, if you're dominant, you're winning games on your own, like, straight up.
What do you guys think about the argument? Just a second. What do you guys think about the argument? And I don't subscribe to this argument, by the way. But what do you guys think about the argument where people say, oh, like, Jimmy needs a top 10 running back because that's when he's been the most successful. Like he actually needs Josh. What do you guys?
People don't, because they must not go look up Jimmy's stats, because we actually dove in this hardcore over the weekend.
They made up that narrative was because they had Christian McCaffrey when they never had a running back like that till last season.
Yeah, and he did it with Mitchell and all those dudes years before, so it's a bullshit narrative. And he actually has a way better fucking percentage on actually fucking completed perceptions throughout the season by a massive number. Jimmy sits at 7th and 8th in there. Derek was like fucking 17th and 22nd. And that's even with the shit ass fucking, you know, quote unquote play that he'll have over in the Niners without having those people behind him. Like, people just negligate and act like Jimmy's only played football for 1 year, apparently, I guess. I mean, the dude's had 4,000 yard fucking season. He's 54 and fucking 17 as a fucking starter. I mean, the guy is not no fucking slouch. It's not like the dude sat on the bench, dude. This guy got 70 fucking starts. You're over here trashing the fuck out of Josh McDaniels for having a 28 and a fucking 8 or 17 and 28 record, and you're bashing this motherfucker got a 54 and 24 record. That where in the fuck is it satisfied? Like, a guy he got 2 times the winning record of any dude over here. That guy trash. Motherfucking dude that ain't got a winning record, period. They're dick sucking this motherfucker like he's been some Super Bowl champion, won hell of playoff games, took us out of the slump, dude, from the dark ages to these fucking golden ages. We didn't get 0 wins, and they'll still say he better quarterback. Like, it's just delusional as fuck at that point, dude. Jimmy got way more playoff wins than Derek's probably even watched, like, straight the fuck up. Jimmy been in the goddamn Super Bowl, not just once, but twice. Like, Derek has only watched it from his fucking couch at home, bro. Like, he ain't even got to even taste it but one fucking time in a playoff game.
Yeah, and
like,
as much as
I don't care how anybody wants to say a dude doesn't get, he got his team there because he's the goddamn quarterback
I was
there.
about to say, as much as I can say off of like how I feel, like I know Derek Carr is much more talented than Jimmy, but I know Jimmy's good enough to take a team to a Super Bowl.
At the end of the day, as talented as Derek Carr was, guess what? Derek Carr couldn't even get to the playoffs. Talent can only take you so far. Like, that's all I'm saying. Talent can only get a motherfucker so far. Jimmy probably understands the ins and outs that matter more than what Carr does. Carr relies on big game play, downside lines, fucking giving it to a dude to go make. Jimmy might understand the game a hell of a lot more in aspects of, hey, this short yardage, getting the fucking completion, running the clock down, moving us into the fourth quarter, not allowing this team to get another fucking score. That shit matters when you're playing good, competitive fucking teams. Not let me throw down, hope he gets it, and go run the clock, and then our defense can't stop, and we're right back here again doing it again.
This is easily the best team we've had as an overall unit. And I get it, I liked, coming into this past year with Derek Carr. I thought Derek Carr was going to have a great year. But if we're talking about the best teams that we've had overall, I would say this is the best one because we also got better defensively as a unit. We got more depth back there.
Let's be real. We're better in like multiple aspects. We're better in the tight end room. We're better in the front seven. We're better weapons.
This is the best weapons that we've had in so long. It's not even close. And then that tight end group.
The tight end group, you got Hooper, Howard, and Mayer. That is something else.
Not only that, but when you got the NFL themselves, when you got 2 Hall of Fame tight ends themselves saying that the Raiders got possibly the best the best tight end in the NFL draft, and that he might be a freaking dog by the time he starts his rookie year, that says something. And 2 of these teams are
over
teams
700
that
in
the Raiders for years.
Yeah, and he's over. They got Mayer over 700 yards in Vegas, bro. Like, that's what they got him on the board right now, 700 plus.
He's good at.
I could see it, but it just depends. Wait a minute, but it also depends how far he is in getting how many targets. We'll see how many targets he gets. So, I'm not.
It really depends on how they would rotate him. It's guaranteed he'll be a tight end 1, but how would they rotate him?
Dude, if he gets 60, 80 targets, if he gets 60 or 80 targets, he's gonna eclipse the 700
down
mark.
At least 60 or 70.
If he gets 60, 70 receptions, he's gonna. Yeah. I think he could average 10 yards per reception in the NFL for sure.
Yeah, I can see him doing more than that. To be honest, wait a minute. He is good also with breaking tackles in open field. So I could see him getting more than 10 yards a catch.
Not only that, but I just
Charles.
I just like his mentality. He responds to the media the same way McDaniels does, except personally, I kind of like his response better. The way he did it better than McDaniels when it comes like he's not pressured, he's not worried. Like, I mean, when they asked him like, "How's it feel rookie season? You might be the starting," and he's like, "I'm not pressured at all." Like I'm
dude, and that's what I think Ziegler is fucking getting. Like, he's getting solid motherfuckers. Like, that's what he's doing because. At the end of the day, Ziegler's evaluating these dudes that he's just, getting ready for the goddamn game. Straight up, dude. I mean, look at them talk about Neil Farrell, dude. Like, they're like, this dude and Byron and fucking,
Matthew Butler.
what's his
Matthew
name?
Butler.
Yeah, they're like, these dudes got straight fucking NFL strength, dude. Like, they were just like, they just need to finish out, developing as players. But strength wise, mentality
Well,
wise,
they're
like,
gonna
they've
do that
already got
here. They're
those
gonna do
dudes.
that here. They're gonna
I
do
mean,
that.
look at Munford. Munford over here battling dude for the starting job in year fucking 2. And this is all I'm saying. They got a battle going on over there between Illuminor and Munford. They've already damn near basically say that Moody's gonna take that fucking spot. So if Munford gets beat out, well, guess what? He ain't moving over there and taking that spot. They already solidifying that spot with some other
And also
motherfucker. Like,
another thing. Yeah, but also just another thing. You're getting this type of production out of a guy who was a 7th round pick. That is the thing. That is why these guys are hitting on their late rounds.
dude, and everybody this year has been spoke of highly in their draft, dude. And you'll still get fucking retard ass motherfuckers that'll say shit in the fucking deal that'll say, oh yeah, they didn't draft for shit. Those guys, I don't even listen to them, not even entertain them. Like, you don't even know shit about the fucking team. Like, I've yet to hear.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I've yet to hear them literally come out and say like, this player's just sucks and he ain't doing no good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you know how
I've
many
yet
times,
to hear it.
like, I've heard like how Tyree Wilson was a bad pick, and I'm like, have you not noticed that the NFL is actually saying we've made a good pick for the first time?
And how they're saying that he was the best edge defender in the whole draft.
And
like, that's the whole thing. I don't understand these guys.
The reasoning is, well, he only had 7 sacks. I'm like, yeah, but he was also double teamed the most out of any defender in that draft, and he had the most pressures out of any defender in that draft. That's how dominant he is.
That's facts. I think it's just crazy.
He's versatile too. He's fucking
Salute, Ben.
Salute Benther. He's 6'6", 275. He could play multiple positions.
And then people trying to make the narrative that he's injured.
DT.
He's not injured. He's been healthy for a while. They're just having him get ready for training camp.
Dude, they brought in that doctor that evaluated him before they went to the draft and said that his leg, there is nothing wrong with his foot, that it just needed to finish out the fucking healing process, and said that if they were to pick him, that they don't see anything that's going to be an issue down the road. Are people forgetting? Like, I get this. If we were in Oakland, I'd probably discredit what they say. But we have like the 5th best or 7th best fucking medical staff in all of football, dude. Like, so it's not some dude just walking over fucking talking bullshit. This is dudes that know what the fuck they're doing, And people are like, Jimmy's not going to play. Jimmy is already ready to play right now, dude. Like, they said he can go take the field right now, dude. Like, that's the whole thing. I think these guys just talk to talk, man. Like,
their reasoning is that they don't want to throw them out right away. They want them to get mentally ready and prepared.
Facts. The thing I don't understand about our fan base, like for instance, like Rudy, okay, like I don't like talking shit on people, period. But man, every time this guy on a post is like the most negative motherfucker in a person, how come there's listen, how do you claim to be a Raider fan, but you have no faith in your coach, no faith in your fucking players, no faith in your quarterback, no faith in your defense, no faith in the fucking manager? Why are you fucking fan? Like, what fucking part of that is you a fan? Like, I want to know.
You despise every single decision that they make.
There's not ever a conversation. Listen, there's never a conversation where it goes better for another person. Not one time. I read these posts, I read these articles, I read this shit, and the only time it is a positive if it got goddamn Derek Carr's name in it. It's the only fucking time. There's never any other part. Max Crosby, one of the most dominant motherfuckers in this bitch. He ain't no slouch ass motherfucker. So to just sit here and pass off like dudes over here ain't good. Davante Adams probably the best, probably the top, if not the best.
It doesn't matter who's the quarterback.
Well,
yeah, this shit's crazy. This shit is crazy anymore, dude, because motherfuckers aren't even talking logic anymore. They're just talking hate, bro.
Shame or hate on people. That's like the prime example of someone.
I will. I'll fucking straight shit on those motherfuckers, like straight up. I don't care.
Like, you just hate McDaniels.
The thing is, though,
so
as
much
Rudy says, we're in dark days.
You just, and to the point where you even comment like, whenever Dustin asks me, hey, can you make a post about like numbers and stuff? And I make it for him, he posts it. And then you straight up say, oh, it doesn't matter what the numbers say. Like, really? Like, you're just telling me all my research just meant nothing.
And it's not even that. It's to the point that you're so fucking blind and so fucking dumb that no matter what anybody puts in front of you, you're just gonna deny it anyway. So it doesn't matter. So I don't even know why dudes want to go talk to real ass fucking Raider fans about fake ass bullshit. Like, that's the thing. Motherfuckers come to me with that. I'm just gonna, hey, I'll have the first conversation. But the second that fucker goes back to say, I'm done. I'm not.
But I think
I'm not gonna have that conversation. I'm not.
If you support McDaniels and Ziegler this season, thinking that maybe it'll be a good season, you're called a bandwagon fan for some reason, which is weird because I'm supporting my own team. How am I?
I'd love to hear someone call me that. I'll beat their fucking ass. I will straight rub their fucking ass right across the concrete in like 2 seconds.
Who calls us that?
Yeah, I'll straight beat his fucking ass, and I don't give a fuck who that motherfucker is. Yeah, I don't give a fuck who that motherfucker is. They can think how big they are or not. I'll straight smash that motherfuckers.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'd love to hear someone like, hey, I'll give you $1,000. Call me a fucking bandwagon Raider fan to my face, because you're gonna need that money after you get out of that hospital. I promise you that, dude. Like, I don't fucking tread no fucking bullshit like that with me. Not gonna happen.
It is like delusional supporting. Like, let's just say it's not McDaniels or Ziegler. Even if it's me just delusionally supporting, you shaming me for just wanting to support my team and like just thinking, hey, maybe this might be the year. How do you say you're a Raider fan if you're just shaming me for supporting the team?
Well, so look, delusionally supporting them would imply that we're not doing shit. Like, delusionally reporting, like supporting our team would be like saying going back to like 2006, you know, or what is it, like in 06-10 where we were like 2-14. Now that would be delusionally supporting your fucking team. But we've made phenomenal draft picks. We've made phenomenal upgrades in our deal. And any motherfucker that says otherwise don't know football. It's 100% facts. Come up. I'll give you the motherfucking link on this bitch. We will get up on the motherfucking deal. I will educate those motherfuckers right here, right fucking now. Like, no, we're not going to keep doing these delusional fucking topics and act like every valid conversation that's in the NFL, in line, statual doesn't exist. But in your fucking delusional ass mind, it just trumps everything that's been done for 57 straight years and Super Bowl era and fucking before that and what the AL, fucking AFL. Like, again, like I say, these guys don't know history of football. They just talking. You can't bring to a motherfucking guy like me that's a historian of the fucking game that not only knows our time frame, but other fucking time frames too, knows our team, knows other motherfucking teams, and talk like our team and our things is uneducated. Fuck off. No, the fuck it ain't.
Absolutely.
I'll educate any motherfucker. Bring them up, come up on here, show me where they're not, and I'll show you where they are. Like, that's the thing. I'm willing to bet they're going to run dry on their conversations before I fucking will by a mile. Like I said, we can't prove nothing until they get to the field. But guess what? Josh has already proved his shit, and he did it with 2 players. See, I'm not blind. See, I ain't a fucking stupid ass fucking fan. I'm not blind. I'm very educated. I'm very fucking smart. I know numbers better than most people can count it on a calculator. You know, like,
the problem with crediting the offense is what you said a few weeks ago, Dustin, is we're going to credit the players like Jacobs, Adams, and Carr, but we're not going to credit McDaniels who called the plays.
Yeah, crazy. It's just crazy as fuck, dude. It's crazy as fuck. And that's all I'm saying. It's just fucking, it's okay for him, but not for them. It's fucking all right for him. But just like I said, Jimmy got a winning record, but we're over here talking like Carr's a better quarterback, dude. Like, you can have all the talent in the world. A lot of talented quarterbacks have failed in the NFL, man. Like, this is the problem about motherfucking dudes that just think they're a Raider fan and not an educated NFL motherfucking fan, because this shit happens all the time. It's not an ordinary, dude. Like, and sit here and say a guy that's had a winning deal, got Super Bowls, been to there, fucking win them and lost them, been to more playoff games than under his motherfucking belt, and this fool is going to probably have, period, but he's probably going to get there now being over there in the Saints, because they're just going to get it given, and this guy didn't get it given. He did it in the hardest fucking divisions of football. You can't just look past that shit. I don't give a fuck if you have dudes like, what, Deebo Samuels and fucking Ayuk? Like, what? Come on, let's be fucking real. Like, who the fuck over there was just straight dominating? Mitchell was fucking injured, dude. Like, multiple of their guys were fucked up. So it wasn't just like, oh, Jimmy had all these superstar ass players competing at their peak. I mean, goddamn, I could have swore Kettle was fucked up for most of the year. Like, so all I'm saying is like, we're sitting here putting all these fucking false ass narratives together to fucking justify this motherfucker's shittiness. And that's not even a true fucking fact. It's not even true. It's motherfuckers taking out, 97% of the story and going with 3% that was the negative and running like that's 100% facts. It's not facts, dude. Like, any guy that thinks otherwise, go get the goddamn fucking deal, bring up Jimmy's stats and fucking go over it, dude. Like, it doesn't take a fucking genius to figure it out. Like, this is the shit I'm baffled on. How do dudes have conversations about shit when you can Google that bitch? Like, right here, right now, I'm talking, bam, Google, boom, oh, there you know what there the fucking shit is. But a guy will sit here and talk, blah, 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 talk like my woman, just some bitch ass shit, don't even make no sense, but she has a reason for it because she's fucking crazy, just like most women. But then we're gonna have this dude talking like in a man's sport, man's world, man's fucking everything, and then talk like her. Like, come on, man. Come the fuck. This kid right here probably know more than them. Like, that's the whole point. It's just horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible football. It's horrible anything, dude. Like, and it's not good when you're going out and putting yourself on a line and talking like dudes are bad when they've had success more than any dude you know, and you're acting like, oh, we've made the worst. We got to get rid of both of them. Yeah, whatever. Fucking just crazy. It's
like,
crazy.
One last thing, since like the whole thing came up like about Rudy. Rudy, if you're watching this, please, I'm a Will Smith. You keep Dustin's name out of your mouth because it's actually getting really tiring. And all your takes, like, we should have got Christian Gonzalez. That came from me and Dustin. So can you stop using your points that were me and Dustin's to begin with?
It's facts, and then talking if it wasn't.
Or a lot of McDaniel haters are using is just a bunch of like topics that like people on this panel or other people came up with. And then when that way doesn't go, you start twisting it and using that as an excuse to hate the team.
Yep, can't take narratives that we built and created and pushed and shown and did the work and studied and were able to do those things, and then to sit and say, I said it hella times too on our shit. I said hella times. Did I not? I said, in my opinion, I would take Christian Gonzalez. But I said on this panel with everybody on this motherfucker, with 10 dudes here, I said, if Ziegler had both of them on the board at the same time, I said he would take Tyree Wilson. How am I educated guess that I knew you would take that over the dude that we wanted? Like, it doesn't take rocket scientists to know that when he's looking at the player. Listen, if I'm as educated as I am and know why wouldn't I have said Christian Gonzalez over Tyree on the board at the same time? Because if Tyree Wilson wasn't recruited, scouted, looked at as one of the best in the nation in there, why would he have been over him? He wouldn't have been over him. That's not how football works. Football doesn't work that you just gravitate to a natural bias of an individual player. Good people that scout good players, guess what? They go first because they're better. That's why they go first. That's why they got the first picks, you know?
Was the very first voice that said Christian Gonzalez. While everyone else was saying Witherspoon, I said, no, Gonzalez is going to be the guy. I made sure I spread that all over Raider Nation.
You want to drink?
And then you got other Raider content creators saying it.
You said bubblegum?
Debating with Gonzalez
right
and Witherspoon. And then the moment he's not drafted, I was only upset for 10 seconds. And then when I realized it's Wilson, I'm like, I like this too because I didn't even think he was going to fall to the 7th pick.
Yeah, educated picks and looking at draft, you never draft for just one position, one deal, because you're looking. You want to go? You're looking at multiple in case those players ain't there. And then even like I said, if Jalen Carter was on the board with Tyree Wilson, I even said the same thing. Tyree Wilson would have went before him. Like, that's the thing. But what I want to know is when I evaluated and looked at individual players and when looked at people and did it, why did I take Tyree Wilson and put him over both those motherfuckers? Why was I able to do that and not have bias that I was just going to go with Gonzalez because that's where I was set? I don't just have bias. It's like I said, I don't have bias in the individual. I wanted Gonzalez because I felt he would have been a bigger need for where we're at right now. Because look, right now he would still be the bigger need right this second. There's no denying it. But at the same time, with Chandler going off and talking about wave after wave and oh hell no, I mean Tyree was the right pick by a mile. So
not only that, but we still got a corner. They saw Jacorian Bennett as a second-round pick, and I don't blame them. Looking at his stats, looking at his production, he had nearly the identical stats to first-round pick Deonte Banks.
But this is the other thing where people. This is the other place where you just have to draw a blank in a conversation instantly. Is listen, I evaluate every player I talk about, and if I don't, I'd say it straight up. Just like when we were doing the roster, I said, "Hey, there's a few dudes here I didn't even know was on the team."
We did the depth chart.
I said.
Lives ago.
Yeah, and I said like straight up, I was like, hey, I don't know who this guy is. I'd have to look because just not familiar. So I don't just say like I know every fucking guy in the deal. But when I enter a conversation with you and you're sitting here telling me that this motherfucker graded at a D and that, no, hell fucking no. Hell fucking no, dude. Like, that's not how this shit works, dude. Like, it does, like, your opinion can be a fucking F all you want. It doesn't make it valid. Like, just like mine can be a fucking A+++. It does not make it valid. You know what I mean? Like, those dudes get fucking paid on it. They're the ones that scout those. And it doesn't matter if you disagree or not, because you don't have a job to be able to debate it to begin with. You know, like, at the end of the day, that's all I keep trying to say is how does a fan feel that he's more educated than the motherfucker doing it? And it's not coming from a young kid, right? Like if a young kid was on this, like you, for instance, was over here talking half the shit some of these motherfuckers are, I'd say, well, hey, you're a young kid, you're learning, so you can't go out and go exceed that job right now, right? But let's be real, you got 38-year-old man, 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man up in this bitch talking like he goddamn ESPN and he can't go get the fucking job or even talk educated within any conversation that you're around. Why is it I always feel like you get these guys that have their own mind and it's just them against the world? Like straight the fuck up. Like straight up, go into the article, read them all, read all them posts. You're going to see like fucking, let's just take for instance, 100, right? You're going to have 100 guys on here. There's going to be 5 motherfuckers that agree and 95 that just are straight trash in the topic and fucking still carry the goddamn conversation. Like, I don't understand it, dude. 95 motherfucking people ain't wrong. Like, they're not wrong. They didn't just fucking all agree on the same shit that was wrong. You know, like, that's why I say at the end of the day, man, fucking logic, football study, film study, fucking stats. Like, straight up, like I said, me and Ozzy went back and forth for a minute, you know, and good dude. I like him a lot. Nothing to, like I say, he's a good ass friend. He come on here anytime. He got a seat on this panel at any given time. My point is, he tried doing that same shit where you're taking a certain amount of games, breaking them down into these deals, and then justifying a stat that only got there because of you breaking down those games. So when you put in one more game or add in the rest of the games, it demolishes that stat by a mile.
Yeah. So Dustin, what I think is also at play here, and what I think influences people's behaviors, you take a step back and turn on Fox Sports, turn on ESPN, even, you know, sports talk radio. Most of these shows are now in a very similar style, right? It's a lot of hot takes, not a lot of information, not a lot of data, like not a lot of discussion of the actual numbers and statistics. And I think that's what influences people. So people go on social media, they make various posts, and I think it's a byproduct of what they're consuming in the media, because the media is that way too. It's just very, very you know, sort of attention grabbing type of headlines. And I think that's what people consume. And
these hot takes bullshit without, these hot takes without factual truth is just bullshit.
I mean, it's kind of like what Dustin says, like with all the our supposed Raider insiders, is they'll just throw like 20 stuff. And then if one of them hits, they'll say, oh, look.
They'll just throw shit against the wall and hope something sticks. That's exactly what they do. They just, like I said, take a handful of spaghetti, throw it on, few needles, a noodle stick to it. Those are fucking headliners. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm trying to say. You get these beat writers. There's a lot of them, and we all know very credible people that have pushed stories and not even been anywhere close, just for the views and clicks, which has been stated even afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, when you're talking football or say that you care about my team or say that you're going to go out and report on my team and educate me on what the fuck's going on, I'm not here to worry about your personal bullshit. I'm not here to worry about your personal opinion. I'm not here to worry about how you fucking feel about some motherfucking dude that you obviously took it in the ass 20 years ago and been carrying it the whole fucking time. Like, I'm not here for those reasons. What I'm here for is for you to fucking tell me who the fuck's on my team, for you to educate me on what's going on within our organization. Then it's up to me to make the decision how I want to view it. I don't need this motherfucker over here giving me false ass information with no validation and then talking like it's factual truth. Like, that is fucking crazy. That's white jacket shit where they put you in a fucking padded room type shit because there's no validation behind it. And then the minute I can bring up one thing, it stop conversation instantly because, you know why? Because when you don't have the shit in this motherfucker to spit out factuals, it just deadlines. It's like, beep, fucking flatline that fast. And that's all I say when you're talking to...
This is like the main problem when people hate on the regime. And it's something you said similarly to, Dustin, is where you just hate and hate and hate every decision they make, but you never say what alternative decision you would have made or explain why you would say, I would do this rather than this. You just hate what they do, and then you bring up past stuff. You bring up stuff that don't even matter anymore. Like, if we had an example to where, like, let's say Alsgo says, like, he hates every decision they made. I'm like, okay, how would you fix it? And then the first thing he'll bring up is, well, I wouldn't have got rid of Carr. And I'm like, well, Carr's not a Raider, so figure out how you would have fixed it when Carr's not a Raider. And if you can't,
well, I wouldn't have hired Jack Del Rio back then. It's always something that goes back to the past, nothing that's in current time. Never. It's like fucking, hey, I'll be honest, 95% of these dipshit motherfuckers, every time you want to bring logic to them, the first thing, you want to debunk half these motherfuckers, just bring logic to the conversation of relevance of right now, and watch these motherfuckers bring up Gruden, bring up Jack Del Rio, bring up McKenzie, bring up fucking Khalil Mack. You know, they'll bring up 2002. They don't bring up nothing that happened now, nothing that's constructed right now, nothing that can help your team right now. And let's be fucking real. Every conversation that I just mentioned has zero fucking effect on our team right fucking now. So why in the fuck are you spitting that out? And I'm going to tell you why. This is what they call programming. Programming is systematic shit where motherfuckers get fucking brainwashed inside their minds that they just believe this fucking program that just keeps going on and they're never going to change off the motherfucker. So no matter what facts you bring to them, no matter what fucking validate, I can bring the goddamn game and put the bitch on and they'll still tell me that it's not right. You know, yeah, you got to sit back here because you're too far away. But that's all I'm saying is all I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what fucking information, nothing. It like I said, it's systematic brainwashing, dude. They just get to a point where there's nothing you're going to tell them that's going to change anything, dude. Like I said, how do you say Derek Carr is a more winning quarterback than Jimmy? And just logic talk. Like, I hate the fucking Patriots. I hate fucking Jimmy. Never been a fan of him one day at all. But when I open up the book and I look at Jimmy's record and I look at Carr's record, there's one that shows you loser and one that shows that you're a fucking winner. Jimmy's a winner. He's a fucking loser. The fucking end. One loss is a fucking loser, man. Like, plain and simple fucking facts. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who he had over his players. I don't care who Jimmy had around him or not. Jimmy wins almost all the time, period. Didn't matter if it was good or bad. No matter who Derek's had around, he's always just been average. When motherfuckers come up to me and say, oh, we just traded an winning, hey, what did I fucking tell you about touching her like that or hit her? I will whip your fucking ass. You don't fucking touch her like that. And long story short is like I said, with him, he fucking is win. He wins. And when you look, no, they're gone. When he plays in the, dude, don't even fucking talk to me right now. And at the end of the day, when people talk about Derek and say that we gave up a winning quarterback, right? Has 7 wins. That's what you're talking about winning. That's your mentality of talking about the Raider organization and where you set our motherfucking standards is 7 wins, right? That's what he averaged, 7 fucking wins.
Or
so how the fuck are we sitting here saying that?
He made us a team that got the luckiest chances to be in the playoffs. We were a playoff team, even though last I checked, I don't think a playoff team is a team where one game decides if you're a
Fuck
playoff
yeah,
team or
bro.
not.
Yeah, it's facts. And just showing up there, dude, I can go and sit in the stands. It doesn't make me a fucking playoff team either. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't there no more than they are, dude. Like, you don't win, you're not a playoff team. I don't give a fuck. You can show up, dude. A lot of people get beat up all the time. A lot of people get picked on all the motherfucking time. Like, you didn't win. You didn't win. You didn't go to the next level, and you didn't even go to the next level and then lose. Like, you ain't made it to the next level ever in your whole time here, nor has the team. So not even our own team has taken you into the next level. Like, you have not won ever. Like, fucking Jimmy's won every motherfucking place he's gone. Jimmy been in the playoffs every fucking place he's gone. Jimmy's won in the playoffs every place he's gone. And Jimmy's been to the fuck Super Bowl every place he's, that he's gone. So that's all I'm saying is how in the fuck, how are we justifying a conversation of a quarterback that's only seen it from TV?
Not only that,
You know,
but I
like-
think the most hilarious thing I've seen people see is, well,
Listen,
Jimmy
play your
G-
fucking game or something.
where Jimmy G choked the
Salute,
Super
Dart.
Bowl, and I'm just like, okay, but he was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, damn
So,
right. At least he got there to choke to begin with.
So I don't know how you're discrediting his entire career when he's in something.
It's
that
not. It's
the
way
locals
past
chance.
that, dude. I've told you, like, in private when I've talked to you or other people, that these guys are way past this shit, dude. I've told you. I'll bring hardcore facts, dude. Cold stone stats. Motherfuckers will just they'll still disagree. And I just say right then and there, it ain't even worth the conversation because, again, it goes back to what I said 10 minutes ago. Like, there's nothing you're going to bring to them. They have fucking personal vendetta against fucking Bill Belichick and the fucking Patriots. Has nothing to do with these motherfuckers. Has nothing to do with it, period, dude. Like, at the end of the day, people make up stories, dude, where they feel like Bill Belichick got everybody's defensive playbook for the last 23 fucking years and knows every single play everybody's going to call when he plays. Like, that's just fucking crazy. It's crazy that you have 32 teams that are in the NFLPL that are union protected fucking base in the NFL, and motherfuckers will make accusations that one individual team is straight cheating on a motherfucker, and these dudes are standing by taking it. No. Like, that tells me you are not educated in the fucking game. You are not educated. Any dude that cheats will get caught sooner than later. There's no motherfucker going for 23 straight fucking years cheating every fucking game. Just not happening. It's not even a fucking, that's crazy fucking talk. And then that just tells me when dudes make those accusations that it's not about putting facts. It's a personal deal. It's personal with them. So they're going to say every single fucking thing they can to strike down every single fucking possibility. It's just like they do with Josh McDaniels. I've said it. Josh produced better than what is that? So if he got 12, that's going to be 20 other fucking teams. Josh outproduced. So this is the craziest shit. Josh outproduced 20 other teams in the NFL with only 2 players. Like, that's the shit. Like, outside of that, nobody's going to sit here and tell me the guy don't know what he's doing, because if a guy can take 2 players and dominate 20 other teams that are full rostered, full players, and even with some, let's just say some of them motherfucker got IR player, not all 20 of them are, and this dude still fucking trumped them hardcore, not just in a little bit of fashion, just like I told you in that deal. I said, just off the top of my head, I said, I'm willing to bet that Devontae and them had games. Stomp on it, kill it. Fucking, I said it right off the top of my head. I said they had multiple games that they didn't even reach 50 yards in the game, bro. And then the next game pop off 202 touchdowns, dude. Like, I said, that shit is planned.
I liked your reaction when I said, what if I told you that Devontae only had 3 yards in one game?
Yeah, I mean, that's my point. That's my whole entire point is if other guys went into a season in 17 games and had fucking 8 games underneath and 5 underneath 50, they would have never came close to no fucking 1,500 yards. Not even close, bro. They would have been like 700 stressing, dude. Like, straight stressing. Like, look at fucking Hollins. Look at Mac Hollins. Perfect example, dude. And Perfect example. And then outside here, they'll just bag him hella hard. They bag him hella hard. Oh, Josh's problem because Graham called man press single high safety. That's Josh's problem, man. I forgot that was it. I forgot in the Arizona game that it was Josh that gave up that fucking deal. I forgot that defense gave up 24 fucking points. But you know what? I forgot it was Josh. I forgot that there's like 5 other fucking games that the defense fell flat on their face in the end of these fucking games, and it's Josh's problem. Like, Josh, when he got put on the board, and he even I cannot even express this more than enough. Not only did Josh beat 20 other fucking teams in the NFL, Josh beat them only playing 2 fucking quarters. He didn't even play 4 quarters because their fucking players stalled out more games than not in the second half period. Josh got the 12th best offense over 20 other teams in the NFL, only playing 2 quarters of football per game and putting up 24, 30, and 40 fucking points. And they say he sucks. Yeah, okay. I don't even talk football with those motherfuckers. Like, I'm not here for motherfuckers to understand how real football is played. If we're talking, you learn it, great. But to sit here and literally break it down like I'm going to break it to these kids, this kid is 5 years old. This kid's 3 years old, and they probably got more sense than motherfuckers on here that are 35. Like, straight the fuck up. They concept it because they understand it. They don't just think they're fucking know-it-alls and know everything. Like, they understand the game because they got taught the game right. Fucking guys out here, doesn't matter. Fucking gotta tell me. I don't care if that stat says that he's the 4th best. I don't do stats. Oh, okay. Oh, fucking K. I bet you don't say that when Devontae go out there and lead the NFL, right? Right? You didn't say you don't look at stats because that's the fucking thing you are looking at that got that motherfucker there. So you look at stats for him, but again, we're not looking at here. This is my point. Look at stats for fucking Carr, but we neglect the stats for Jimmy. Like, these guys are stupid as fuck, dude. Like, they're stupid, they're uneducated, and you're not gonna help those fucking dudes. You're not gonna help them, man. Like, it's just plain simple fucking facts, dude.
When it comes to the offensive stat, the most interesting stat that even interests Dustin the most when he asked me to check what I call the offensive stat is how the McDaniels coached offense, when it comes to per drive percentage, the Raiders had the 5th best per drive percentage in football. And what that means is if you gave Raiders the ball, they had the 5th highest chance in scoring.
Hey.
So despite being 12th in points, they still had were top 5 in basically scoring at all as an offense. And when you have a defense that, in my opinion, as much as people like to discredit Graham and as much as I question some of his calls, I like to give credit to Graham because he had to deal with a bunch of UDFAs on his side of the ball. So it's tough trying to win games when you have UDFAs starting. And then again, when you have fans saying that's still McDaniels' fault, that all the injuries happen, even McDaniels said himself, what am I supposed to do over something that I literally can't control? I can't control if a player gets hurt or not. If they're hurt, I have to figure out how to replace them. And obviously the guy behind them isn't
with no money, the shit that he got stuck with. They act like this fucking guy walked in the Raiders with monopoly money and just got to magic keyword to get whatever the fuck he needed. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I just say it doesn't make sense that people talk on shit that don't run businesses, that don't have, they shouldn't be talking about financial fucking deals if they just pay rent in their fucking apartments or things of that. They're not doing nothing more than taking care of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, when you get out in the real world and you're talking about umpteen millions of fucking dollars, I'm worth $8.3 fucking million. It doesn't mean I go to my bank account and got $8.3 fucking million in there. I go to my bank account, I got $2.7 fucking million, $2.8 million. The equity of my fucking property is my property, my machines, the shit that I fucking owe. It doesn't mean that just because my shit is valued at 8.2 mean I got 8.2. I would have to sell all that shit to be able to get that fucking much. And then I'd have to sell the company in order to get the fucking money just for the name and the shit that I built. That's not even nothing to do with my fucking equipment. You see what I'm saying? Like, people can making assumptions of what a person does if they don't live in that deal. When people talk about taxes or incomes or things, a lot of millionaires micromanage their money. A lot of dudes have big numbers underneath them, but in their physical fucking pockets, they don't have that type of money. Like, for a guy walking around here and I pull out fucking 5-10 grand, you're going to think I'm rich as fuck. I go around rich people and pull out 5-10 grand, they're going to think you're poor as fuck. Like, that's how it is. Around broke motherfuckers, you're going to think you got money. Around rich motherfuckers, you ain't got no money. Like, you paying at the low ball table, bro. And even if you're in the high stakes, you're at like the high stake $50 table. You ain't at high stake $5,000 table. You see, like, that's the thing about when people speak about other people's money. How can they speak on the money if they've never had it? Like, I love how people do that. I love it, because if that's the case, why don't they have a business? Why don't they have anything structural behind them that validate their bank accounts even over $10,000 fucking dollars? Like, let's talk real shit. Can't talk on a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company if your own bank account don't even exist fucking $5,000 and you're over 30 years old. You know, like, fuck, you've been on this earth long enough, you would think you can manage money right. And that's all I'm saying is it's a lot of people talking on subjects or fucking things inside life that they don't even know. It's easy to read a book or read something and think you fucking know. You don't live it. You don't cut the checks. You don't write those fucking things. Just like when I say that my aunt works over there, she doesn't work in accounting for the roster. She works in accounting for the fucking team where they're paying out for fucking people, snacks, shit that goes through the company. See, too many people are too fucking stupid that they think whenever you bring up something that comes within an organization, it only has one base set. That's how they think. It's just, that's how close-minded too many fucking people. Oh, she ain't there. I ain't seen her in the rush. She don't fucking coach the fucking team, stupid ass. Last time checked, her name wasn't Ziegler. You know, that just tell you right there, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, that's all I'm saying. Too many people try to speak on our team, try to speak on fucking business shit within the faculty. They don't fucking know the first goddamn fucking thing. Then they'll go on and try to educate you like you fucking stupid. Like, yeah, okay, sure, man. Like, we just getting to a point anymore. Like I said, we get a guy that'll go, and it's not just one. It's fucking hundreds of these dudes. It's not just one fucking guy. It's hundreds of these guys. And then they talk like when you want to have a regular just talk conversation, just talk football. You're going to hear some crazy shit where you're like, where in the fuck that come from? Then you're like, yeah, all right, whatever. I'm not even going to bring it up because it is what it is. And then guess what? It's a repeated fucking thing now. And then you're like, okay, this guy really thinking shit like this. Like, then my mind gets curious and I'm like, why? Like, why? Oh, you think because you didn't watch no fucking tape? That's why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can get weeded out that fast and the reasons why they think these things. There's no validation behind it. There's no main cause behind it, dude. It's just some motherfucker sitting there talking to act like he thinks he knows what he's talking about. I've always said, like, we can tune in on this shit. We don't got to speak. You know, you don't know. Just tune in, man. Like, play your game. You already know it don't fucking work right here, man. God, this kid is next level on my nerves, man. Like, holy cow. Motherfucking asked me about this fucking tablet like fucking 20 times. Literally tell her like the motherfucker ain't got goddamn work, and she'll watch 2 minutes. Like, fuck, it ain't a goddamn tablet. I'm gonna break that motherfucker right now.
Sounds like a Raider fan.
Oh my god.
Complaining what should work, and then you're like Dave Ziegler saying it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, she's over here trying to hit mosquitoes. That motherfucker outside the window. Like, I swear, dude.
Justin, and
yeah.
when you break it, think about that Rams game. It'll help.
Yeah. They're not in there. They're outside. But that's all I'm saying is like, I think it's easy to sit and take. You're missing the whole game. Like, they're missing the whole game, bro. Like, they're missing the reason the football game was created to begin with, when you just bypass the reasons that these guys are there to begin with. Like, that's what I say. It doesn't make sense to come to a football conversation and talk about your personal fucking opinion about a motherfucker. Like, there's 10 dudes over here that ain't gonna see it that way anywhere close. Like, that you can't do that. Like, you got to talk on it in factual deal and let somebody's opinion, them have their own opinion. Like, that's their opinion, man. Like, you don't like it after I said what it is, great. Don't give a fuck. That after that, Don't come back and talk to me. You already know it. You just chose to accept not accepting it. But don't come and talk the same shit right after you just said it. Like, literally, be right when we're done. Oh, well, shut the fuck up, man. Like, just shut up, please. Like, please. Like, we're not, and again, we're not doing our team no good. We could ask our players, like, who's in the depth. Listen, how many weeks did we hear our team has no depth? How many weeks did we hear our players are not, nobody's here? We went through the roster just on off of fucking stop it. I said stop. Quit hitting my fucking window. Stop. It's out.
Parenting.
Shit, man. Motherfucker just sitting here beating on my fucking sunroof on a motherfucking shit outside. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, I swear my kid just likes some of these Raider fans, but at the same time, man, it's like fucking, she's 3 years old though, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, like, we got to get past this shit, because why are people even fans of the team to begin with if that's all they're saying? It doesn't make sense to have conversations like, doesn't make sense to come on YouTube, talk about that you're Raiders fucking news podcast, fucking any type of that, and then just have every single negative fucking thing towards them with no corrective criticism, no fucking standard within your team, no way to make it better, only to make it worse. Don't do YouTube, bro. Like, you don't belong on that shit. Like, you do not belong on that shit. That's not what YouTube's about. Like, you're gonna have like 2 motherfucking people following you. I promise you. Like, the 2 fuckers that think just like you, just like Mark said about the Charger fans. Like, there's only 3 of them, motherfucker, and there might only be 3 of those fuckers too. You know what I mean? Like, people ain't seen it like that. Don't open that. You keep that shit closed. I open it again, I'll whip your ass. Open it up. See if I don't whip your ass. Fucking ain't do that shit no more. We ain't doing that. But that's all I say is like, at that point, dude, like, you can't do that. And then, like, so for instance, like, when they want to come here, right? So they come over here, they're around us, they hear how knowledgeable we're in football, how we all have different views, all have deals. We listen, we all see it differently. At the end of the day, we don't try to bash each other about it. You'll have your take, I'll have my take, he'll have his, and so on. You know what I mean? But to just literally come in, dude, and then when you're into a debate, that it feels like a copy and paste. That's what it feels like every single time. I don't ever copy and paste shit, bro. Like, my shit's fresh every day because I read shit every day, evaluate every day. There's this copy and paste. It's like, the second I read the post, people ask me, how did you know that was that guy? My motherfucker wrote the same shit fucking 50 times in this motherfucker on his account. Like, I got a photographic memory. I don't care if his name up here, if his name was fucking Jim and it says Dark over here. When he posts that same goddamn message again, I'm gonna know that shit was Jim, because I'm be like, oh, we got Dark over here fucking speak. No, hell no. There's certain shit where people use wording or types that you can't get past that shit. It's an identifier no different than your own signature on a piece of paper, you know. So,
and hey, if you want to debate or make an argument on what the Raiders are doing and what's going on, don't be shocked when people say things about you, like like what's being common now. If you hate on the Raiders now, is, well, go be a Saints fan for Carr stuff, or like, well, why are you even watching, or don't even watch the team or stuff. And if you can't handle that, you're putting yourself out there to do that. Or just like how we're doing, like, if I'm saying something that supports McDaniels and Ziegler, and I get told something that I'm delusional, I'm already prepared for that, because I'm putting myself out there, putting my opinion out there, how I feel about the team. And then when it comes to someone doing the opposite, but you hate it when someone says, well, you're just being a Carr stan, or you're just being like a hater, a Carr hater, or a Raider hater, or you're just being a Saints fan, and you don't like it, too bad. You put yourself out there for it.
Hey, you know me, I want that heat, bro. Like, you know me, I want that heat. I'll put the hot sauce on it, get the logs, throw the gas on that bitch. I want that heat, dude. Like, I tell them all, I ain't backing down from any of those motherfuckers at any given time. Don't care. I've been watching football, dude, since I can fucking remember, dude. I played it my whole life at a very high level. I concept that sport just as well as any other guy that's done it at a professional level, period. I would have been if I didn't blow my knee out. But at the same time, I don't worry about past. It's what it is. But when we talk about something I watch every day or study every day, I said, like, look what I do in my life and still know football as well as I do, even doing everything I do. Like, that's the thing. Motherfuckers sit at home, don't do shit, don't even know the fucking team. Like, it just tell me you fake ass fan, like straight up, dude. He said Dustin for the record. I don't copy. I know you don't, Dark. I know. I just use your name because it was first name in the chat. But that's all I mean is like, you know, at the end of the day, I know you guys don't. And I say this all the time that I love about DSR and the chat is like, we don't have to have 50 people in here. We know that everybody in this chat, for the most part of 90% of the people in the chat are very knowledgeable in football, have very good takes and good combative conversations. Yep, and they ain't afraid to go out there and put it. That's what this show's about. It's about us all having knowledge, us having combative conversations, because not every conversation is going to be agreed upon. Like, that's just straight facts. And if it is, then we're all dick riding each other for some reason, which we shouldn't. Because I've said, I fought my own best friends, bro. Like, it doesn't mean I think of them any less. It doesn't mean there's shit that's going to hit a point where they're just as passionate as I am, and motherfucker ain't gonna back down. That's just fucking life. That's how life is when you fuck around. Like I say, fuck with the bull, you're gonna get the horns, dude. Like, you can poke the bear long enough, you're gonna get fucked up, dude. Like, those sayings didn't get sane because just sit there and kept doing and nothing happened. You know, like, those sayings came up because that's what happened. So I've always said, don't be messing with my wallet or my shit. And I've said, like, if you're fighting your friend for the right reason because he's passionate in what you are, then it's not a bad deal. If you're fighting your friend because he's just fucking stupid, then that's a different deal. He's probably not your friend, you know. But I say, like, in this panel, this chat with everybody that comes around, listen, if we get into a debate or a hot deal, we don't look at anybody no different. We don't care, like, hate you any less or not. I've said it, dude. You bring the heat, you're gonna get the fucking shit comes with it, man.
I remember a few weeks ago.
Say hi, dude.
I remember that it was a few weeks ago. Dustin and Alex Goes got into it. It was probably like the biggest debate of the year, and I just kept myself quiet for an hour. I'm like, I'm not gonna get into this because these two are getting real into it. And it wasn't like it was an argument like you're delusional or you're stupid or something. It was just, yep, all right.
You got takes.
Good points on both sides, and then next thing you know, both people are still here. They're still friends. And that's how
we talk in the back. We talk in the back. We talk in the deals. Like, even like for John, 100%. You know, like John, for instance. One day we had a take, and we both seen it differently, just like he did. And we had hot deal, and he thought, for instance, that I was upset with them. So when he came back a week or so later, no, not right now. So like when he came back a week later, I think he just felt like I probably was mad, or like that conversation just went the wrong way. I stopped the show literally and was like, hey, bro, like, it ain't like that. Like, here, we're not like everybody else. Like, here, don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my shit. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, and anyways, at the end of the day, we could all have our own deals. And just like I told him, like, hey, bro, like, when we're here, we're going to all have different takes. That's what this shit was built for. This is, look, we're not like other channels, dude. I'm not asking you to come here and then silence your fucking ass. Like, we're not going to do that. I'm not asking you to partake in what we're fucking doing and then your opinion be different than mine and me silence you because I have the power to do it. I've been doing this show for over a fucking year. I've yet to mute or silence any motherfucker in here. I'm not like that. I don't roll like that. I've always said, if I walk up in the Bulls den, man, and tell motherfuckers I can fight, and I'm expecting to fucking fight, like, straight the fuck up. Like, I'm not going over there to say I'm gonna fight and then get my ass beat. Like, I'm gonna go in there. Obviously, I had enough confidence in myself to tell these stupid motherfuckers, like, let's go in there, way outnumber me. That's all I'm saying. Like, I show up to the fight prepared, and there ain't no fight I don't show up prepared to, or not prepared to. And that's all I'm saying. I've done it with, I've done with every person in this motherfucker that speaks. There's no damn doubt about it. And at the end of the day, I've always said, I don't look at any person here different. Dude, listen, I like John just in the fact that he was willing to push the issue and say and voice his opinion. I say in this world, not enough people do that. Not enough people want to voice their shit. Not enough people put their voice out there because they're afraid what other people are going to say. I've always said, I don't give a fuck what they say. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. Like, I'm not in this world to be silenced. I'm not in this world to take a seat in the fucking corner, dude. Like, I'm here to be educated, and I'm here to educate other motherfuckers too. Like, I'm very good in what I do. I'm very educated in what I do. I don't try to come to conversations. I don't come on a platform where every other motherfucker doing this platform is against what I do. Like, everybody, again, it does not stand for what we stand here, dude. They are way against it. They're dictatorships like motherfuckers. Listen, I can prove it. We could all right here, right now, all load up, all go to another fucking channel and fucking load up, go to another channel, and then just go in the chat, let them talk, and then just say the narrative, see if you ain't blocked. See if you don't get attacked by their 20 motherfucker or 30 motherfuckers in there. But let's ask this question, right? Because every motherfucker knows me. Everybody knows I'll enter these fucking deals, and I don't care if they're 50 motherfuckers or not. I don't go with the narratives if it ain't right, and they don't fucking attack me because they know I'll stand my shit. They know if I'm preaching it to that point, I'm probably to an extent of right, if not right. Like, they know I'm not just coming in that bitch to talk shit. They know if I go to that extent that there's a reason that we're going to this extent, because it ain't it's not that it's not true. That's why I'm not just going to stand here. You say something stupid, it is what it is. But if we're talking about real shit, no, hell no. I'll fight it to the T. Everybody knows it. And I've always said, at the end of the day, people in this chat, people on this panel or not, we can get past it. We're the bigger people. We all enjoy the same shit, the same team. We all have the same exact view, just see it differently. There's nothing wrong with that. But we don't sit here and hate each other. I didn't fucking ban you. I didn't silence you. I didn't say you couldn't talk. Rudy's done that to somebody in here, but that I don't have control of that. But we did take care of it right away. But what I'm trying to say is that I've never put myself right or wrong to do that to people, because I feel at the end of the day that I'm not always right. And there are things I'm going to be educated on. There's things that I'm going to be learned, that I'm going to learn too. But if I'm so close-minded to every single conversation that I'm right, how the fuck do I ever stop to listen? Never. I'm never.
And then
I'm right.
That's the point I made earlier, Dustin, is where the whole point that silence, like, I forgot I don't know if it was Dark or John that got silenced. But that was my point, where it's like, if you're going to be brave enough to put an opinion that not everyone agrees with, or majority of people don't agree with, and it gets to the point to where you call people delusional, or you start talking behind people's backs, and people start calling you out, or they're calling you names, and you silence them for it, which on here, like, one of the first rules is don't silence anyone, no matter how dumb it is, or stuff like that. Unless
warn them,
unless you're
then
being
take care of it.
Unless you're being personal, then you're going to be silenced. But then if you do that, and then the reason you leave is because we're like, hey, there's no point in silencing someone. They didn't do anything personal. They're not like trying to find where you live or talking about your family and stuff. They're just saying how you sound. They're just saying what you sound like right now.
Facts. It's facts. And the other thing that I hate that's so trifling within the Raider, like, where they say one nation, family, all this and other thing. Like, there's a lot of fake ass fucking YouTubers, and this is why
Salute,
people
Holly.
ask me all the time. Salute, Holly. There's a lot of times where people will tell me, like, hey man, how come you don't go over and go on these dudes shit, or how come you don't go and go on these guys' channel anymore? And I just tell them, like, dude, they're too fake. Like, 1 minute, dude, we're in a group, everything's going fine, everybody's
Whoops. All right, so I guess we'll wait till Dustin comes back. Holly, where's pre-recorded Cortez? Cortez hasn't been. It's mostly Dustin knows, but I'm not going to talk about it because that's their business. So, I think he's back.
Fuck, my bad. I fucking dropped my phone and I ended up hitting the back out button. But what I was gonna say is like, too many of these guys, they'll sit here and talk like I talk, right? They talk passionate. They talk about, that they care about the people around. They care about it. But look, they'll bring them to their channels. They serve a narrative, and then they'll shit on them instantly. Call them their friend. Oh, you're my friend. Oh, this, that. I got you, this and that. And then the next second, they'll just spit right in your face. Well, guess what? I don't come from that shit, man. Like, No, hell fucking no. I will straight break a motherfucker's face. I will sit in fucking prison. Look up my record. It'll show you I won that bitch fucking beat down just like I beat that motherfucker down. Like, nah, hell no. He ain't fucking in this world. In this world, there are neutralizers, dude, and I'll be that motherfucker if I have to be. And I don't give a fuck. I ain't afraid of it, dude. And I'll stand any man on this fucking earth. Right's right, wrong's wrong, dude. And I don't give a shit. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, nobody here is perfect. Nobody this and that. But if we're gonna sit here and talk or try to educate people, like I'm not gonna send my kids somewhere for them to fucking to dumb down my kids. You understand? Just like I'm not gonna ask anybody to come here to dumb you down. Like it's never gonna happen out of my mouth or any of the people on this panel as long as I can control it to an extent. I don't I can't just speak on every person because I don't know every person like that. But for the most part of all the people that come here, I do know, and I do give people chances and do go out of the norm to give other people platforms other people won't, because that's, I believe in that shit. But a minute that that they're not helping or that it becomes a toxic, then you just got to move on. It's not, at the end of the day, man, I've said it and everybody knows about how DSR goes. At the end of the day, I created it, I built it, I put this logic in here, but DSR oversees all of us, like all of us. That's the only way it works, dude. It's the only way it stays competitive. It stays on top at all times, because at any given moment, dude, I could be outweighed. Anybody else can be outweighed in deals because of the fact that it's about the server and the product and the shit that we bring to this channel outweighs our personal opinions. That's why I say it all the fucking time. Personal biasness has to be identified as in, this is why quit turning on these fucking lights. And why identified as in a personal reason, not as in a factual reason. Factual reason, when people talk and you're relaying information like right now, and you don't put that this is bias, the guy listening on the other side might think that's real shit. So then the next conversation he goes over to, he's going to be like, hey, bro, I just listened to this YouTuber for 2 fucking hours. That's what he said. That's true. No, it's not fucking true. It's not what it is. Yep. No, he fucking said it for 2 hours, man. Like, it's fucking true. Like, that's all I'm saying is, how do you have, like, this is the other thing. Think I'm full of shit? Monitor this too. This is why I'm saying, like, society is fucking controlled, dude. It's controlled, it's manipulated, and it's put onto a fucking system for everybody to hop on. And if you don't want to hop on, they're going to try to go, well, you ain't going to go after me. Try it. I'll fucking box every one of these motherfuckers' ears off. And I go to those home games. So you think YouTube going to save your ass at them home games? Ain't nobody going to save your ass. So bet on that, motherfucker. I've been there my whole life, dude. So no. So like I said, at the end of the day, when we're sitting here talking about it, talking about our teams, I'd probably stay as factual on point as physically possible, because here these guys get in this reality that they feel like, oh, I know, or I'm bigger in life, right? Listen, I say it. I don't talk shit here and then to go show up to those fucking games because I'm scared. I'll walk around that bitch. You want to meet me somewhere? You fucking tell me. I'll meet you right to your face. We can talk about it in person, dude. Like, I'm not here to fucking play these stupid ass fucking you push me, I push you fucking games. Like, here, we're here to educate the nation. This is a fucking one nation, because that's what it fucking means. There shouldn't be no natural bias by any motherfucker. Every single person, regardless if they know it or don't know it, should be educated on it, or at least be willing to be taught to be educated on it. Now, if they choose to be dumbfounded, that's their fucking choice. You can't save every motherfucker, but you should give them the option to be saved, you know? But you can't save a person if you bring them to your channel and then just shit on them. Like, you can't do that. You can't build up motherfuckers and then say, I created them and without me, they wouldn't be nothing, and then just drop them. Like, you can't do that. You can't call that motherfucker your friend. Listen, they ain't never done nothing to me like that, right? Never. But I watch that shit. And then I say, oh, fuck, hell, when that going to be me, then you're going to bat right upside your fucking head. So probably ain't going to be good for either one of us. So ain't sticking around. Then when motherfuckers come around and they say, hey, bro, why ain't you around here? Hey, fuck you motherfuckers. Like, I don't roll like that, dude, because you guys claim you from where I'm from, but why don't you have the same mentality? Because where I'm from, we got that shit beating us. So that shit just instantly comes out. It's an instant trigger. It's just instant. Like, I don't got to look for it. That bitch instant, like, bam, that fast, like fast as fuck. Because that's where I came from. That's how I was raised. That's how I survived. When I hear some of these other fucking guys talk, I'm like, nah, hell no. You a cheerleader, bitch. Probably watching from your fucking window talking about, oh, yeah, look at that. Nah, bitch, I was in that motherfucker. Got the scars right on my fucking head, my body to prove that shit. Like, I was in that bitch as deep as every other motherfucker, period. So to sit there and talk those deals but not have those emotions, there's something wrong there, man. Like, there's something majorly wrong there. It just tells me, like, you don't come from those environments without those emotions. Like, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are or not. That shit's just installed. No, they're napkins. No. And it's just all, no, it's a napkin. Now, no. And again, is why, if they say that, why don't they just have it? Like, anybody knows if you come from those spots, those areas, how they are or how we are. Like, that's not, we're not pretend. That's who we are in the streets every day.
Are you almost done?
Can you watch your deal? And when I tell you we're done, we're done. And you're not getting no candy. You're not getting shit. So we're going to go home. You're going to get what the fuck is at home. What? Yeah, you want your window up? Yes. But that's all I say is here at the end of the days.
Dad, when are we almost done?
No, just, I told you guys, I didn't even want you to come to begin with. And what did you do the whole time? Dad, let me come. I'll play him I'll leave you alone. You fucking guys for 2 hours have just straight bugged like a motherfucker the whole time. The whole time. So guess next time you ask come, you're not coming. So just remember that. Because you're not going to do that every time.
It kind of just seems like now it's just like, just go on another show and then just use them and then talk about them behind their back and then call them delusional or crazy.
That's what they do, man. And you know, like the way I look at it, and you know how I feel. You've brought it up, and I've told you why. Because there's nothing that they can do to discredit me. Like, you can use my name, you can advertise you can advertise our show. I don't give a fuck. If that's so deal, why don't they come and challenge me here? Because they already know it's not gonna happen. You gotta go to a platform where you're protected and you're safe gated the whole fucking time. They know they come up on this bitch, they're gonna get Trump like Donald Trump, motherfucker. Like, I will Trump your ass like he fucking trumped Hillary, dude. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, it ain't gonna happen like that up on this bitch, dude. Like, when people, you can talk from afar all you want, you're not engaging where the fucking fire's at, bro. And there's a reason for that, dude, because you know, if you engage in that fire, you're gonna get caught on fire. So no, that's Ozzy, all I say.
Ozzy, he isn't muted. I think your volume's going a bit odd.
Yeah, just back out, come back. But that's all I'm saying is like, when you start doing those things, you can engage from afar all you want, you know. All right,
even when it comes to me, like, I mean, my whole like, it's basically in the name. I'm all about stats. What does that mean?
Okay.
It's like the one thing I research the most is the stats and the background and the history of like everything that's associated with the Raiders. And if I'm in a debate or if I get stuck in an argument, the only time where I'm gonna turn into Dustin, where it's like, you're stupid. Like, I like Dustin. I'm a little more like just more
conservative,
level-headed. I'm a little more level-headed and patient when it comes to like a debate or an argument. But if it gets to the point to where I show you the stat that if you know me, you know I've already researched this weeks before this debate even happened, and I show you it, and you throw that out of the window or you try to twist it, I'm gonna turn into Dustin and then be like, yo, what the F, man? What the heck is with you? You stupid or something? Are you dumb or stupid? Like, I just showed you what you already know I researched.
And you see why I get that way. And then you see, like, when me and you talk in private, what I tell you is, like, it's not even worth, like, here on the show, we're here. We're going to debate it. We're going to, you know what I mean? Like, we're here, you know, but you know what I say in private all the time. I tell you, like, it's not even worth the engagement. It's not even worth the acknowledgement. You're actually helping him. You by you acknowledging him in pointless conversations, you're helping him. The way that you get rid of people like that is just to act like it doesn't exist. Conversation doesn't exist. You'll just be like dust in the wind, man, just like the song Dust in the Wind, because
like I've been doing
and that's how you win those battles. Because listen, enough and listen, this is the way I look at it. If they felt the way they feel, why haven't they asked to come on the show and debate it? How come they haven't asked me to come there to their show to debate it? They don't want that fucking heat, bro. Like, I don't see things the same way as a lot of people. I've made that clear as day from day fucking one. But the one thing is I can back up the shit that I bring. I don't just bring conversation to argue a pointless fucking conversation. If I'm going to enter the conversation and debate or any deal, I'm going to have the stats that'll back up what I'm talking about. And I'll have the fucking scenarios to prove what I'm talking about. Like, I'm a lawyer in court, bro. Like, that's what I'm doing, dude. Like, for my team, I'm a lawyer for my team, because at the end of the day, I need to know it just as well. So when I do talk to somebody that is educated on the sport, I'm not dumbing myself in that talk. I can actually have those talks and actually have legitimate talks with them and say, like, yeah, I see it the same way, and I see why you see it the same way. I'm not just blind because I think, or this guy said this, or that's how people see it. Like, I'm the guy that says, like, hey, don't be afraid to ask why. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's the people that don't ask questions that become fucking sheep. You become sheep, bro. You just herd in, you sit back, and you're along for the fucking ride. Well, I want to know why. Why are we doing that? Why do you think that? And if I feel it's justified, hoorah, let's go, bro. Like, I have no problem. But to just sit here and act like you're not going to ask, then there's a problem.
An important thing to what Dustin is saying is, don't be like, when there's these types of people, definitely don't chase them to other platforms or chase them to other conversations like a certain someone on our platform does, which I am getting a little tired of. When you chase someone just so you control or hate on them, it's getting to the point to where it's annoying. It's getting to the point where I have to question you if you're a fan or not, or you're only a fan so you can amuse yourself just hating on the people that hate on the team.
Hey, I'll say it just like this, right?
Like that. And it's something where me and Dustin were coming up with, like, when Carr left and then people just randomly start hating on Carr. Hey, a hater's still a fan to a degree. So even if you say you hate Carr, your hating is just being a fan to him, just being a hater in a way. So those are the type of people that I like. Those are the two types of people I don't like. If you're just hating for no reason, either you support or don't support the team.
If you're a player fan, you're not a fucking fan of the team to begin with. It's not how the shit works. You're a fan of the player why his contract's here, because that's what brought him here, was the Shield. The Raiders organization hired the fucking guy, brought him here. Some players that are drafted stay all their whole career and others don't, dude. Don't matter if they're first round picks or not. It doesn't make them no less of a Raider. It doesn't make them any deal or not. That's just the life of the business, dude. It's not every guy drafted will be a Raider for life. And the mentality, that's what Al installed. That's why he came up with that shit. Once a Raider, always a Raider. And he's lived by it more than any motherfucker. And he's done it with the Hall of Famers. He's done it with every fucking deal, bringing them back to the organization. Go to some of the other organizations. They're nowhere even close to what the Raiders do. The Raiders is like the number one sought after team when it comes back for giving back to your players.
Here's the biggest question, right? Here's the biggest question. When, just like Go said, no players above the Shield, right?
It's facts.
What is the Shield? Because in my opinion, it's not really the fans. The fans aren't the Shield itself. But what is the Shield? It's the culture itself. It's everyone together. So when we say no one's above the Shield, that means, like, it's okay, like a little controversial perspective, but think of it as like a religion. When whatever God you believe in says, like, no God is above me, the idea and the belief in it, that's what it is. That's why we say, like, no one's above the Shield. That's why
Al said it himself. Al said he wasn't even above it. And if the guy, this is
no GM, no owner, no players above the Shield. It's the idea and the culture. And if you put them as if they're the idea, that's what was the biggest problem with Derek Carr is we started putting him above the Shield as if he is the Shield. That was the biggest problem. That was my biggest problem with Derek Carr is that he was turning our, either he was doing it intentionally or unintentionally, Carr was changing our culture for the worse. And what I mean for the worse is that he was changing it to where we worship him, where he is the Shield, where he is the Raider that we all look to, where he does no wrong. Carr does plenty of wrongs. Carr does plenty of mistakes. He has many flaws, as I can say, as much as I love Carr, as much as I support Carr. That was my biggest problem with Derek Carr. And there's nothing
wrong with evaluating talent and calling it how it is. It's nothing against Carr or anybody. It's called how it is. That's why the saying is what it is. You know, like you can't sit here and like look it. We can't sit here and be like, you know, like I like Carr, but you got to call him out on his shit, just like I like Josh, and you got to call him out on his shit. Like you can't just bring a guy to your organization, want to give him $151 million because of his fucking name and that he was the best Raider that we've seen in our lifetime. Like you can't do that. Half these, listen, I bet 3/4 of these fuckers are gonna say that because they're no older than 30 years old. Of course, they ain't seen a better player in their lifetime, so they're gonna dick ride this fucker as long as they can, dude. Like they're like, bro, since 2000, we look like the Cleveland fucking Browns. You know, like we have sucked, dude.
Yeah,
So
I can admit, half of my life, Carr's been a Raider for half of my lifetime, and I'm okay with him leaving. So that says a lot with me compared to a lot of dudes who are like 30 years old.
Calm down now.
Or older than 30 years old. So the fact that I'm okay with Carr just not being a Raider, and he's been a Raider for half of my lifetime, that says a lot. And that's not me just bandwagoning or being delusional or something. And it's already what I pointed out. It is what it is.
Hey, facts, Al. Even Tom Brady had fucking flaws, dude. I mean, nobody even at the top of their game is perfect, dude. And that's the thing where these people come up with these conceptions like, oh, Brady could do no wrong. Yeah, they did. They went to a lot of fucking playoff games and a lot of AFC championship games and lost.
Does anyone even know why he was no longer a Patriot? It's because they've been wanting to get rid of him.
Stop.
Like, does anyone even remember what Tom Brady's last playoff game as a Patriot was? It was him losing the game for the Patriots, and they no longer wanted him to be a Patriot, despite him technically being the best quarterback of all time. And then he goes to the Bucs to prove that he can win without the Patriots, and he proved it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I say at the end of the day, man, everybody's gonna think they know it the best. That's what I mean. If you're competitive, that's what you're gonna do. You want to be the best. You want to know. You want to make sure that when people talk to you or talk about you, they know that they're getting valid source. Like the thing I look at for me is like, I know we're not ever going to be the Patriots because I know that shit doesn't exist, dude. I know that was very uncommon to happen, even to happen once, let alone to ever happen again. And to sit here and look at my team and think that we're going to have those type of expectations, I would just be kicking myself in the face for the rest of my life because it's not going to happen. And the times that we're talking about where we were successful wasn't an up and coming time of where shit. I mean, you can literally just straight kick a fucker in his face, dude. Like literally clothesline dudes. Like rules were way different. And then we have not been competitive in the NFL since 2002. So, and that's facts. That's 100% facts. And I don't give a fuck if you want to dick ride 2 fucking winning seasons out of 23 or
and
21.
People saying like Carr made us competitive against the Chiefs. Okay, did he win? No. Then what is your point?
No, he had a losing ass dude. Carr got his ass beat by the Chiefs, bro. He had a way losing record. Like he got dogged on, and then he was only
the Chiefs like 3 times.
And then he was on. Then he was like I think he was 4-17 against them. He was 4-17 against the Chiefs, and then the only winning record he had was against the Broncos, and the Chargers was still like half and half. Like Carr wasn't even winning in the division. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying is like, listen, at the end of the day, nobody's here to tell anybody who to be friends with or who to like or who to listen or not. This is a free fucking world, man. This ain't no dictatorship. If you listen to somebody and he's stupid and you want to get information from him, that's what your right is in this world is to do. You have that right. And here I just call it how it is. I'm not here to baby cake shit. Everybody knows how I am. People know how the way I am. They know if they're with me, I'm a hella good dude. I don't shit on people. I'm really good people. Everybody knows that. But everybody also knows, like, I'm not that guy that'll fucking tolerate shit either. Like, everybody knows, like, when other motherfuckers won't say nothing and they'll sit back, they know they're gonna look right at me because they know I'm probably coming right then and there, you know. So Like I've said, I get it. Not a lot of people have big voices or want to stand up for other people. I say at the end of the day, man, I'm not here to pick on people. I'm not here to beat up people. I'm not here to tell people who to follow or who not to follow. I'm just saying, like, you tread over here on me, man, you're gonna get fucked up, plain and simple fact. And I don't give a fuck. And I don't need to justify it to nobody. I don't need to tell them why. If this happened in the street, that dude get his ass beat the same way. Hey, listen, if somebody's getting beat up, it's probably because they fucking did something that got them to that point. So at the same time, every person that's been here with me for the last year, 2 years, know how straight I am and how honest I am, and they know I don't play games. Like, they know it. I'm so upfront about it. It's not even funny. I'm a whole different breed. And I've always said, like, I don't mean to sit here and say, like, sometimes when I say, like, yeah, these stupid motherfuckers, you know, I think the reason I say it like that is because we've gotten to a point where we're outweighing the people that know it and the people that don't. And it's just getting to a point where more people that don't are talking like they do. And I think I just lose patience for it. And then the things that the other things I have issues with is where people come in our panel or people that hang out with us or come to our Discord. Like, listen, if you don't know a thing about football and you come to our Discord, there's no fucking way you'll leave there not knowing. And I don't even got to talk to you. There's so much information in there. You're going to get it any way you fucking can. But to be part of it and to fucking go in there and not know it just tells me you don't know it anyways, and you're not ever going to. Because if you can't learn it from the resources we're offering, you're not gonna know it anyways. And then if you claim that you know it and then you have the resources here but you still fight it, that just tells you that you're just negligent to the information, so you're never gonna learn it anyways. Hey, let's chill for a minute. But and that's all I say at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we're not here about my personal beliefs. We're not here about what I think or not. We're here to talk about our team and what makes our team better as a team. Listen, I have personal takes, just like other people have personal takes. But at the end of the day, no matter about our personal takes, when you step backwards and look at the whole picture, regardless of the person or the person he chooses or the person I choose, the picture back here is the exact same. You're just up like this, so you're nitpicking the motherfucker. That starts conflictions. You step back, the people are the fucking same. You're trying to fix the team for the better. That's what it's about, dude. So, hey, you fucking yell like that again, I swear to God, I'll whip your fucking ass. I don't care. I don't care. You do not talk like that. You talk to her. Hey, you don't fucking talk to her like that either. Yeah.
Your kids do not need one of these, man. They don't need a Coke right now, man.
No, they ain't getting no soda. They don't get soda.
No, don't give them that.
We don't even have soda, so we're not even talking about soda. I don't even have soda in here, so.
Thank gosh. I'll probably drink all and go insane. Oh, boy.
Yeah, and I just think, like, even like Ozzy here, you know, like, look, we give everybody a fair chance to be educated in it. It's not like I just go out there and shit on people. It's not like I don't care or don't give them the option. I've given them the option in every deal. That's what I'm going to say. They're just stupid motherfuckers, and I don't care. I don't care. Like, in this life, we're so fucked up on people's feelings these days. That's why this country's going to shit real quick. Motherfucker want to cry, sit down, grown-ass man, you need fucking time. Well, time for what? What the fuck you need time for? Like, you're about to get your ass beat, and you're calling for time, motherfucker. Like, we ain't in a goddamn fucking ring. Last time I checked, ain't a motherfucker around here. You know, like, you need emotional support. Like, you need to get your emotional support dog over here now. Like, what the fuck? You know?
You can't call time.
I get that. I get it. So do I. I don't have emotional support, but my family's got them, you know? But that's all I'm saying is like, you're just looking for another and another and another and another and another and another. You're just handicapping yourself through life, period. Hey, I said it right now. And but that's all I'm saying is too many people handicapping life anymore than actually take it head on and accept it as a fucking man. How do you expect to get better if you never lose? How do you expect to get better if you never fucking lose, dude? Like, hey, Enough.
And it's kind of like the point where we talk about the head coach with Josh McDaniels, how people are like, well, he's just a loser. He's just a head coach. Well, I could say the same thing about a lot of coaches that are successful right now. And am I saying that they're going to be like them? No. What am I saying at least? I'm saying at least let him show what he can do with his people, with the people that he's brought
Fuck,
in.
you know when they say he's a loser, right? Like when they make that type of saying, you know, the first thing I'd say is, he's a loser, even fucking multimillionaire coaching one of only 32 teams in all of fucking football. You live in a fucking apartment at home. I wonder who the fucking real loser is. Like, you can't make accusations like that and act like you're superior to a dude that's been through college, got an education, has a family, has a fucking financial standing, doesn't fucking depend on the government, doesn't depend on fucking social aid or any fucking deal. He's independent in this country as far as he can go, and he's the one. Like, that's why I just think some of these guys, yeah, hell, man. You collecting a social security check and talking about some dude's success. Like, get the hell on.
Yeah, I try not to be a mean guy either. I try not to be. But
I'll be them. I don't give a fuck. I'll be mean. Fuck it. Yeah, you guys need a mean guy? Just call me. I'll be him. Fuck it. Not just America, worldwide, even over here in Aussie, young generations, woke generations is soft. This. Everyone is a whiner. Bullshit doesn't help you learn. Yeah, and coming from Aussies, bro, that play rugby, that is like straight fucking. Some of them, I watched them dudes when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, where some of them fuckers were just ruthless. Some even UFC fighters, and you're right, dude, they're just pussying down hella hard now.
Yeah, I remember when I was in middle school.
Enough. Get back here now. Get up.
I remember when I was in middle school and I was part of the soccer team. We were basically like the underdogs in our league because there was like we were only able to have like 1 or 2 subs sometimes. Like, we were a small team, and people said that I had anger issues because whenever we lose, I get mad and I start ripping on the team. It's like, no, I don't have anger issues, and it's not me ripping on the team. It's because I hate losing. And that's just me telling my teammates, like, hey, I was the captain of the team. I'm like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. We got to fix these problems. And then at the end of the day, we became the top in our league despite us being underdogs. And then people were like, yeah, they did that, but like, and then every time we lose, they're like, yeah, but be happy. I'm like, no, I'm not happy because we lost.
Sit in brother's seat. I'm gonna get you right now.
When I was younger, I hated losing. I was like,
no, what the hell you mean? Talk to your no.
Can we go tomorrow?
No, when I'm done, we will go. Yeah, in a little bit.
We have more seasons. We have more games to go.
Hop up here in brother's seat.
We might make this. If we don't, if we're already out, then to say to hell with it. We say no. I would hate it if we're already out.
I know, I'm trying to get it right now.
Yeah, John, I am getting really annoyed when people, like, they think they're smart or they're cool when they say, like, McDonald's or McDumbass or
McNuggets.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, you really think you're cool right now just saying this all the time. Like,
to me, it just doesn't make sense because, like, when I hear it, the first thing I think is, well, you're probably uneducated in football because to push down a dude that has got actual, I mean, he's been one of the best play callers in all football. And for people to say, like, for instance, Rudy will say, well, he's not a proven head coach. Well, guess what? Here, let me bring you a factual truth. This is real facts in football in case these guys, just think every guy that gets shit out the fucking wound just came in with a pedigree. Guess what? Every one of these guys were either offensive or defensive coordinators at some point in their fucking career. So to just imply that every guy that got there that's winning now never went through those steps is just stupid as fuck. And not only stupid, you just one delusional ass bastard that don't know shit about football because every one of those guys went through those steps to get to those positions and to become those fucking individuals. And when you talk football to people and you just negate that whole timeline of them, man, it just tells me you don't even know football, like straight up.
Also know, even if they are
leave her alone now.
Right now, I would still give them a chance just to make sure, just to see how they do.
All right, get in your brother's deal here.
I'd still give them a chance, but dang.
Yeah, that's why I think sometimes I'm short patient with certain topics or conversations because you don't even need to have the conversation. More times than not, the conversation is going to explain itself before it ever even takes place. And then to have people that are like literally listening to the same shit we are, and they're just like listening to a whole different story. I'm like, where the fuck did that story come from? Like, I didn't get that at any. All right.
You wanna know something about me though? I literally respect people's opinions, even though
Put your shoes on, hurry up.
Said basically. So I try not to be mean guys to them. I'm just like, okay, I respect your opinion, even though it's shit.
Tell them we have a 12th ranked offense with subpar QB play, 2 real weapons on offense, and seeing, listen, I would even have to argue the fact that Carr didn't have subpar play because look at it like this. Carr played 15 games, right? So, like, I can just show you the Carr didn't have as bad a year as people think. I'll just do it like this. Under John Gruden, he had 4,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions, right? That was what he had in the final year under John Gruden and their tender. Under Josh, and that was in 17 games, 4,800 fucking 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Well, guess what? Under Josh in 15 games, Derek had 3,500 fucking yards with 24 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. He had one more interception with 1,300 less yards and 2 games less. And to sit and say that he didn't have as good a production, that's crazy. That's hella crazy. I'll argue different that he did. I'll argue he had better success in 15 games than he had in 17 under Gruden than them. Can't have 1,300 more yards, 2 more games, and have 1 less touchdown.
Yeah,
like
how
Josh McDaniels had
the season was, he technically had a better year.
Dude, Josh McDaniels had 4,800 yards with Carr. He would have had 35 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, and then the main problem was that there was just no weapons. And that wasn't like on the regime's fault. They thought they had the weapons because, I mean, when you're advertised by the Raiders advertised to McDaniels like, hey, we have a ton of weapons. We have Renfro, we have Waller, we have Jacobs. And then they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do with them.
Oh, my bad.
And then next thing they know, Renfro's injured for the year.
You good?
Waller is trying to be a rapper.
All right, hop up over there.
And isn't that motivated to play football.
You need a blanket?
And then the entire defense is injured. And then all he has is Adams and Jacobs. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
And that's why I just say too many people, what they do is they look at the losses, then they want to compel the losses to people's production. And sometimes losses doesn't match people's production. Like I've said it hell of times. How does Derek Carr have better numbers in 2 games than teams with 4 full quarters? How is that possible? And then to imply that he sucks and imply that he fell off and to imply that Josh's offense, it's not about that. Like, this is why I think people need to hone in more of not being biased because you're missing the whole fucking picture. I seen it from day one. Did I not call it from day one? Did I not literally sit here on our show and say when people said that Josh, just sit next to the window, it'll pop up. I said, Derek is going to entertain them in the trades, and at the very last second, he's going to drop those motherfuckers. I said that shit the second it came up. Everybody on this motherfucker know it. I said it straight up that he'll entertain them till the last second, you're going to drop them and go on, dude, because that's how shit, what goes around comes around, dude. Like, you can't sit here and act. You can't sit.
So the reason I opposed it was because of how Derek said out of his own mouth that he wouldn't do something like that with the Raiders. And the next thing I know, he does exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. And I'm like, well, dang.
Hey, I said it, dude. when it comes down to the very end, you disrespected me, man. Morals go out the window. And that goes for everybody. And that goes for everybody, church or not, you know, because all I say is like at the end of the day, what? Play your fucking game or something. If it doesn't work, play the fucking game. I mean, goddamn, man, I'm tired of listening to that stupid ass shit. But fucking, I just didn't think like, I just didn't think like when you're sitting here looking and you're trying to give people a fair evaluation or talk about shit, like you got to be fair, man. Like let them choose after that point, but just be fair about it. To just sit in trash and not throw the numbers. That's why when dudes throw it or trash up, you know me, I'm the first motherfucker to bring the numbers because I'll debunk your fucking theory in a second. If you bring a valid theory, dude, and there's no way to that's valid, you know what I mean? Like there's no way. But dude, if you bring something that my mind just instantly hits a green light, well, guess what? You already know it's going to bring an archive of a fucking dictionary and it's going to be on. Like that's the whole entire thing is like those things are struck because that's the information I retain. The thing I want to know is why are these guys speaking on football if they don't even know the simplest fucking thing? Like the simplest. Like that's all I say is like I've said everything about our team that was going to happen. I called this shit from last year in the middle of our season. I called it in the beginning. Said that fucking I said I would have fucking traded Jacobs then. But I said Waller's ass is gone. People told me, oh no, look at the contract. I said, nope, this shit happens in basketball all the time. Signing trades are easy to move because the thing where they're getting gained right now, why it's going to work to our advantages is that they're at a point in the point where the salary cap's fucking fluctuating up and down. They're moving up over 5 years to a $250 million mark. I said, if they sign him now, it's going to be the cheapest player at tight end by the time everybody else signs. And guess what it was? Then guess what? I said straight up on our live again. I said right away, I said, oh, when Josh and Ziegler get here, they're going to dismantle this whole fucking team. They're going to break it down to motherfucking players. People don't probably even know who their numbers are. Or know who their names are, and they're going to go out here and win because it's a systematic program. I said that shit. Look what they're doing. I mean, I've called every single deal from Tom Brady to everything we've done with our team, physically within our team. I've called it all the way down the deal. I said the reason Derek Carr is getting dropped, it wasn't about his production. It was about that he was the only player that held $40 million on a one-player loss, dude. Yeah. Like, that's what it was about. Derek Carr had the chance. To prove that he could have fucking been the leader of this team. He failed. He knew the deal, man. And people keep making excuses for this fucking guy. Oh, we done him wrong. Oh, they did this. No, he signed the contract. It was his fucking agent that put the no trade clause in. It was his agent that fought for it. He was the one that wanted it in there. And people to sit and say, like people say, well, we could have got trade draft. No, you couldn't. No, you fucking can't. Derek Carr said it from day one. If that trade clause was not in there and someone tried to trade him, they would have fucking retired. No trade. Putting the trade clause in there, all it did was give us a 5% chance of maybe getting it. But what did I say when that shit happened? I said, nope, this guy's going to lead them all the way to the end and drop them right on their face. People on here told me, nope, you're crazy. Well, I said, why would he do it? Because you're going against what he believes in. You're fucking acting like this guy just owes you everything. I said, that's not how it works in the real world. I said, I'd entertain all these motherfuckers. I'd entertain every bit. What I said that straight on this motherfucker. And I said, right at the end, watch what happens. They're going to drop him right on his face. And that's exactly what he did. I've called this step for step. From the players, from the people, the personnel, because you know why? Because I've watched the Patriots and the NFL over the last fucking damn near 35 years. So I don't just watch one deal. I knew who these dudes were before they got here. Like, I knew who they were. I knew how they look. I know how Bill does this shit. I've been huge fucking follower of how Bill's got where he's gotten over the 23 years, dude. Like, I don't just sit here and say, because he's New England and he's the best at it. Why is he? You know, like, I'm here to be the best at what I do. I'm here to be as knowledgeable as I can. I do not fucking look at people and say, oh man, this guy, that's Bill, man. He fucked us in the tuck rule. Well, I'm never going to learn nothing because of that. That's stupid as hell. So all I'd say is like, at the end of the day, we can't just like bias is gonna fuck you in your team. It's gonna, and you shouldn't even be content creator if that's the case, because like I said, we can go to some of these other dudes' fucking channel, we can pop it up and just go in there and go against the narrative, see if they don't ban you, see if they don't silence you, see if you don't get attacked by 40 fucking people. You know, like that's all I say. I just hate that shit. I hate that mentality, dude. Like, it's not a good mentality. You can't call yourself one nation if all you're doing is dividing the nation. Like, you can't do that. We don't cause divide here, man. If you come in here and you can't take the heat and you leave, that you chose to leave. No one made you leave. No one told you had to leave. No one said they weren't your friend. Nobody said they weren't going to be your friend. You know, like, that's the thing. You chose the outcome because that's what you thought. Nobody said that. You know what I mean? Over there, they say that shit. They say it clear as fucking day, dude. Like, literally ask you, put you on a poll, and then ask you, dude. Like, literally, you know? Yeah. So that's why I just say, like, you can't come with that shit and then come to a guy like me that grew up in the streets, grew up in the fucking Oakland Coliseum. I've never walked in that bitch one day in my life and seen a fucking banner on that fucking wall that said YouTubers on this side and all other Raider players over here. I've never watched anybody walk in and say this YouTubing fucking clan on this side and the other YouTubing clan on the other. No, hell no. The odds are about all the people in there, 60,000 people or not, you might be lucky if 1,000 of, maybe 500 of them even know who the fuck you are, dude. Yeah. Like that's what I say. That's what I say is like, they try to make themselves bigger than what they really are. It's like I've said, some of these dudes that go on and say, oh, I can be canceled, this, that, the other. I've said, hey, how about we go to New York? I'll go to the fucking, what is that fucking, the square. I'll get on the fucking PA and be like, does anybody even know who this motherfucker is? You ain't gonna get anybody. So that's all I'm saying. Like, when dudes are looking at 100 people or 1,000 people, them fucking numbers are like goddamn like a fucking grain of sand in the desert. You know what I mean? Like, we're a grain of sand in the desert, man. Like, we're not even fathomed. We're fathomed by the same amount of people because we all watch each other or support each other. That's what it is. These dudes are like, fucking, just be real. I mean, when you're talking upwards of 100,000 fucking people or 20,000 people, like they're trumping us. But it doesn't mean that they got more football knowledge. It doesn't mean any of it. It just means, like I've said, gives them an easier way to control people, like create cult type boundaries where you see some of these fucking douchebags will come up in the chats, and they don't do it here because they know I'll weed those bitches out quick. But my point is they do it in a lot of others where they'll just go in there and their only intention is to fight. It's not to educate. It's not to be educated. It's just a fight, dude. Like, say one thing, they're gonna go right against it in a second. You know what I mean? DSR NWA BAM, because that's how I feel. It's the same group amount of people for me too, because there's just certain real ones and there's just some fake ass hoe motherfuckers.
I mean, hey, like I'm a young Raider content creator. I'm still learning the way I go, and I'm just trying to learn. Like, usually I learn it from Dustin since he's kind of my knowledge guy. He's like the wise man, like my Solomon I ask advice for. But like, even then, like, I got to make sure I'm careful, like, who I'm talking with or who I'm talking to, because this is the one fan base, I can say it with full confidence, this is the one football fan base that can make a platform or make a company from fans. Like, this is, I don't know any other fan base that can just straight up make a company based on fans. But the also problem with it is we got a bunch of fans, a bunch of content creators that use that for personal gain and not for the team, not for the culture, not for the fan base, just for themselves. And
facts.
How I'm trying to grow myself, like, I'm trying to get to where, like, I could possibly be like a big name to where Raiders players can acknowledge me or talk about me and like, hey, he's got good takes and stuff. I'm trying to keep myself away from the people that backstab other people so that they can do that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to play like the nice game where I'm not backstabbing other fans, because that's like backstabbing brothers and sisters. We're all technically brothers and sisters. We support the same team. Why do I want to backstab people that support the same team?
Yeah, and you even know, like, me and you have talked personally, and I've told you, like, I'm not here, like, even with my own deals, I've told you straight up, like, in personal conversations, like, I'm not here to tell you who to follow or who not. I tell you, like, what I've told you and tell other people, and you know it for fact and validated, like, I tell you, like, these are dudes you need to watch out for. You choose your path from there. If you choose and get along, it is what it is. But you know how I am. I don't tell people who not. I just say, hey, this is bad water, bro. And if I ain't there, there's a reason. You know, like there's a reason. I know them personally, and I know them all personally. So all I tell people is this is where you're heading, man. Just be prepared, you know, like, and don't get me wrong. 1 minute they'll hold your hand and the next minute they'll drop you off a fucking cliff, dude. Like it's that fast. And he knows. Me and Sergio have a lot of personal conversations just in life. I tell him he's a really good kid. He's got a very good head on his shoulder. He does a lot of good work, dude. I tell him all the time, like, the way for him to be successful is to stay clear of motherfuckers like that, dude. Like, in all honest, at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for clout to go be around a certain group, or are you doing it to educate people? If you're doing it for clout, then go hang out. That's what they do. If you're here to educate, then you need to do it like we do and just stay to yourself, because like I said it in this show, I've said it multiple times. If I didn't value DSR above us and what the opinion and what we put, I would trump my own fucking decisions at any given time. But I agreed to a deal when I made this, and I stuck it to my own self, my own contract, because I don't know the contract to anybody else but myself. And I preach it to every one of these motherfuckers in private. I preach it to them when we're doing our shit, that DSR is over us all, man. Like, at the end of the day, if we cannot put the channel ahead of ourselves and be able to make sure that the channel stays consistent, stays honest, stays where it needs to be in a neutral standpoint, then we're not doing us any good. We're not doing any other people any good. Salute, Raph. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. I think at the end of the day, when we do this, man, we got to do it for the right reasons. Listen, I'm not here. Like, look, Sergio's a really good friend, and he's going to be a good friend for the rest of my life, dude. And I'm always going to talk to him and always, you know, just be there for people, period. He's going to go on another path in his life, just like everybody does. That's just who we are. But there's something that's always going to gravitate us back or keep a lock. It ain't no different. You going to school or college with people. There's something we created, something we built, and that's going to be there forever. That's not something that gets taken away, and it's not something that gets taken away easy either. So that's why the loyalty, the commitment here is what it is. We don't trump on each other. We don't talk on each other. People will say, like, hey, Dustin's passionate, he's aggressive, something. Hey, that's nothing I'm not admit myself, you know. Like, I stand for what we stand for, and I've always said I'll be the voice if there's not others. I'm not afraid, dude. And I feel like we need more of it, because it keeps neutral, it keeps balance, it keeps the fucking peace, bro. And without that, you have chaos, and then you have all these fuckers going around and all these people saying this and saying that. There's no neutral, there's no agreements, there's no common fucking ground, there's no agree to disagree. It's just straight combativeness on your own motherfucking people, dude. Like, you can't call yourself a nation, you can't call yourself fucking Raiders. Raiders don't do that. No. Like, you're fake, you're a fucking hater. That's why I make these posts on my shit lately, like, straight call out these fucking haters, dude, because look, you want to talk on my team, but you have zero facts behind it. You want to talk like you know what the fuck you're talking about, but every time you get put on a platform that have educated motherfuckers, you shy the fuck down, bro. Like, don't come talking my shit on my shit, and especially to me, and think like I'm not gonna come back. And just like I say, dudes are like, well, you don't think it's a little. Look, I get this all the time, man. People say I'm aggressive, that I'll call out our fans for hate. I don't give a fuck. They're not fans. Listen, man. I get how some of these motherfuckers hold on to everything and anything because they have nothing. Listen, I came from that same environment, man. Like, don't get me fucking wrong, but I'll seek out a bitch in a second, bro. Like, it doesn't mean just because he wears our shit that he's fucking meant for it. Doesn't mean that, dude. Like, I don't judge and tell their ass to be judged. If the dude entered the circle to be fucking judged, then he gonna get the wrath. If the fucker wants to support the team and stand from afar and mind his own fucking business and just be there for us, great. That guy ain't never gonna get nothing talked on. I'll never say a fucking bad thing about him. Step in the ring, man. You want to get judged, you're going to get judged. And don't fucking come crying about it when you do get weeded out because you didn't know shit. When you talk to all your little fake ass fucking friends thinking that they all agreed to your ass and then stepped up where the big boys are and you don't get agreements, well, guess what? There's times I don't get agreements either, but you don't see me cower fucking down and bitch out and fucking be like, I ain't taking back my take until you prove me otherwise. You know, like, that's fucking just how it is. And until you can prove that my take ain't valid, then why the fuck would I change my take? Like, it makes no sense. And just because there's 5 guys here on the panel that see it one way ain't gonna mean I'm gonna be like, yeah, let me suck your dick, dude, so I can see it your way too. Like, no, listen, if these 5 motherfuckers' point is valid, at a certain point, it's going to register in my brain that, hey, these guys are making valid arguments. Dude, I see where they're coming from on mine, so I'm going to look at it from that point. But if there's 5 motherfuckers here and I'm just staying lit on them the whole time and 5 dudes can't even, hey, nah, hell no, I'm probably sure my point way overdo that shit. Like I've said, man, people that are passionate in what they do or study what they do, man, they're going to be passionate about it in the end, man. And like I've said, just some of these guys don't have the action to match the result. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. I did this my whole life. I'm 40 years old, bro. Like, I ain't no little kid. I didn't just walk up out of high school thing. I walked these motherfuckers just as well as every last one of these motherfuckers. Their energy ain't matching them, man. Like, it ain't matching them. It don't match what they say, where they come from. The shit doesn't matter. It seems scripted, bro. Why is it that 10 YouTubers go live all around the same time and it's just coincidence every one of them have the same goddamn drop? Every one of them got the same fucking drop. That's not scripted, right? Like, that society's not scripted. Like, okay, I've literally been asked, I've been confronted by dudes asking me, one, to prolong my show why they go live. I laughed at him like, yeah, you can suck a fucking dick. Like, you too scared to go against we ain't even nobody, bro. Like, you're not gonna fucking manage me like that. Nuh-uh. Hell fucking no. Like, I don't have 10,000 motherfuckers following us, but if you're over here trying to tell me that we need to fucking not go white, nah, hell fucking no, bro. I got 200 fucking people. You got fucking 10,000 or fucking no, hell no. Like, you ain't my dad. You don't own no YouTube. Nothing. If we're all group and we're all trying to be cool and just not do something on a dude because he has a good show going that night, that's respect. There's nothing wrong with that, to come over and ask. But to feel like you're entitled to that slot for what? Who in the fuck gave you that deal? Like, I want to meet the timekeeper. I want to know where the fuck I'm slotted at then, because, like, nah, hell no. And then not only that, get brought on dude's show, then fucking because I didn't agree with the narrative, motherfucker asked me straight up right when it got done, well, why didn't you agree with, what the fuck you mean why didn't I fucking agree? I don't fucking like that guy. That's why. I didn't agree because I think he's old. He's fucking sucks. He's fucking been on the downfall the last fucking few years of his life. You guys are wanting Julio Jones, Aaron Rodgers. You want every old dude, bro. Like, of course that's why I don't want the fucking guy. Like, why would I want a fucking guy that's a few years away from just being done in the NFL? Yep, let me go give up all my shit for that. Like, that doesn't even make sense, dude. Like, that's all I say. And then you go over there, any guy come over here, they can have whatever take they want. We'll debate it, but I'm not going to tell them straight up like that ain't. No, these guys are fake. They're fake ass bitches. They're scripted as fuck. It's just fake. Some of them are real, and I don't have any issue with them. But man, for the majority, these guys have secret ass fucking chats, dude. They fucking talk about every show before they're going live. They want to one guy you lead, we'll follow. Like, why are you all doing it then? That don't even make sense. That you got 5 fucking guys and you're running the same exact shit. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? How about all 5 you just get together and run it once? Like, that would make more sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to have secret groups, have fucking 10 dudes run the exact same fucking video. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, I think it's dumb as hell. It's the stupidest shit I've seen. It doesn't even, by the time you watch one dude, you don't even want to watch the others. You just sub to him because you want to be nice. Like, that's the truth, bro. Like, if I look at a dude's headline and every headline is like fucking, 8 out of 10 are the same. Yep, I'm done. I ain't watching that shit that day. That's why here I'll do a lot of different shit. All corners have fucking line. But I watch this shit where it ignores oh my God. It fucks with me too because of the fact that when I'm sitting here looking at my own thumbnails and I see Jimmy G, Hunter Renfro, fucking Brian Jacobs, like, that shit annoys the fuck out of me, bro. Like, go talk about your fucking defense. Go talk about your fucking offense. Go talk about the line. Talk about your tight ends. Talk about your safeties, your fucking corners, your D linemen, your fucking D ends. Quit talking about 3 motherfuckers that every single week it's going to change. Like, I don't fucking care. If the bitch signs, suits the fuck up, play. If you don't, I don't fucking care. I don't care if you're in the whorehouse sucking dick. I don't care if you're over there getting pussy. I don't give a fuck. I do not care what you do, bro. Like, play or don't fucking play. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if Josh suits up in this fucking uniform. I said it for 2 years. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I don't care. Get rid of all those motherfuckers. Like, I don't want any guy that came from Gruden that is good here anymore. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, I'll keep Colton because he ain't like these guys. But my point is like every guy since Carr, I've said it earlier in the show, once Carr left, they're going to go to Waller. Waller left. Now it's going to go to Josh. Josh going to leave. Is it going to be Renfro? I highly doubt it because Renfro is a team player. Like, it's full for the team, dude. So, it's like I say, man, we just got a lot of shit, man. A lot of fake shit, a lot of fucking not information fed. Like, I don't even know why they're doing it. They're doing it for super chats, bro. They're just doing it for motherfuckers going there and be like, oh, I did ride you. Here's fucking $40. Like, fucking let them take you in the back and bend you over then. I mean, if you're willing to give a dude that much money for fucking giving you misinformation, you might as well just go in the back room, pull your fucking pants down, get a cucumber and fuck yourself because that's what you're doing. Like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Like, let me go give you $50 to disinform me and take a shot of alcohol. You about fucking low life ass motherfuckers, dude. No life having ass motherfuckers. Like,
You want to know something, Dustin?
yeah, kid.
What?
You ready? We'll go home in a few minutes. We'll get ready to leave. Maybe in 10 minutes, okay? We'll be done at 10 o'clock. We're gonna cut the show at 10. My kids are tired.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. The people the fans that I hate the most is basically the fans who switch from a bad team to a good team.
Hey, listen, man, I just want us all to ride the ship the same. At the end of the day, we all win together, we all lose together. And if you ain't willing to win and lose together, then don't fucking come be a fan here, man.
Exactly.
Like, straight the fuck up, because that's how all sports are played, bro. All sports. And guess what? If I'm losing and you're on my team and you're talking shit, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, and believe me, I did that through high school. I did that in college. Like, you don't come on a losing team and talk your shit. You're gonna get fucking beat up because I'm out here trying my hardest every fucking day. Like, straight up, bro. We win together, we lose together. We take the ride together. The ship goes down. Is it not Raider Nation? Is it not on one ship? Why is it that when the ship goes down, motherfuckers catching life fucking vest? No, when the ship goes down, we all drown. We all dead.
The only person I don't hate the most is Paul Lee, but you guys know him actually. So Rudy, there you go.
I don't hate anybody, and I don't hate Rudy. Rudy's entitled to his takes. I've always said, like, to come here, like, look, I hate when people come here and think like I didn't bring him up to talk anything bad. Rudy knows that. Rudy knows that I only talk facts. Rudy knows I ain't talking nothing bad on him. I have no issue with the guy. My point is simple flaws that are sat out. It's facts. It's not a made up. It's not being harped on. It's not shit. That's what's happening in real fucking life. You want to get a video? I'll tape it and show you. Like, that shit happened in real life. So I don't sit here and talk on him like he's a bad guy. He's not a bad guy, okay? Like, everybody sees shit differently. Everybody has different takes. He has wild, crazy takes. I'll say he knows it. I've always said I'm not here to bash a dude. Like, I'm not here to bash him. I'm not here to bash any motherfucker. Do you want to come in here and talk shit and fight? Well, we can fight. But outside of that, I've always said, dudes that come here, come with your knowledge, come with your shit. Some are gonna survive, some are not gonna survive. He didn't survive. That's just part of it. I've said it. He got crazy deals. He thinks his deals, but I do not think of him any less as a person. He is a good person. He's a good dude. Just some shit when he gets to these Raider shit is just crazy. And this car shit's crazy. But listen, I just say at the end of the day, I don't come here to tell any person on this channel not to like somebody. I don't tell anybody to come here to hate anybody. I say facts. At the end of the day, he sucks a lot of crazy shit. That's facts, dude. Now, if any other person wants to take it past that and make it personal to them, I'm not here to tell what a person do in his own life. I'm just saying here, I don't fucking roll like that, and I don't think anybody else should roll like that. Like, listen, at the end of the day, he has his takes and the way he feels. He believes in the team. He wants to be a Raider. I understand we've been in such a losing time for so long. People grass to these dudes and just hold on for dear life because they think like, if I let them go, I'm never getting them back. That's what they know. That's what they've seen. They're comfortable to that because that's what they've seen. So mediocre is great for them because they've had nothing else but losing. Like, I understand that, dude. There's a difference between me and that. Is that the fact that I understand where you're at mentally and I understand where you're at on the team. But this channel isn't about that. This channel is about not only acknowledging that, but going past that. It's not being grounded off here and flat-footed. When people said that Carr was traded, they said, I don't want to come on the show and talk. That's what the show is about, bro. Like, that's what the show's about. And then to sit and say that you're taking the show, you're taking football, you're taking everything and just putting it above yourself, dude. And that's not what it's about. That's actually when the shows get intense and when they mean something because that player meant something to you. I've always said, I don't talk shit on Carr. I've said he was the best quarterback for us in fucking 20 years. Like, there's no arguing it. When we want to go to the nitpick and pick out the fucking individual, this winning that, hey, I'll throw it down that he ain't a winner. But at the end of the day, I do not look at Carr as like he's not a Raider. I've never said that. I will never say that. And I think you're just crazy as fuck if you imply that Carr is not a Raider. You're just dumb. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to go nowhere. He's bled out for us from day one till the end. Carr is 100% the definition of a fucking Raider. I mean, Al Davis tell you right to your face, dude. Like, Carr is 100%. So to sit there and just instantly hate the fucking guy or come up with these stupid ass excuses. I didn't say that about Woodson when he went to Green Bay and won a Super Bowl. He's my favorite all-time Raider ever. He's my favorite all-time Raider ever. I didn't bash that fool like that. So nobody should. And you shouldn't do that if you're a real Raider fan. And again, that's all I say is like, that's how I weed out real and fake ass motherfuckers. When dudes start taking like they're bigger than the Shield, they're bigger than Al, when they start using words that Al created, like they have a meaning behind, motherfucker, your point means jack shit. It doesn't. Listen, you can have your personal deal. Show me the book that's in. Show it to me. I'll go get you the Raider book that his is in. I'll show you where his shit matters. Show me where your shit matters. It doesn't. That's just you talking. This is in the NFL Hall of Fame, motherfucker. Like, you ain't getting no better than that. So if you can't show me anything that outbeats that, you just talking shit. Plain simple facts, the end. I don't give a fuck about it, you know? But that's all I'm saying is like, listen, dudes come here, they're going to come and go. I've always said, I just wish people, hey, appreciate them the way you want. Whatever happens in the chat between other people personally, I'm not here to tell you how to treat him, how to look at him. You combat with him, you combat. I'm just here to make sure that, one, people don't abuse the power that we give them, because I've told you guys, like, I give those mods to some people have the higher mods, but the people that have the higher mods is because they're real mods, you know, like they're real mods and other YouTube, so they have the real moderator mod. The other people, it's more like, hey, we don't have 1,000 people. I can't show support to you guys as like being, you know, like crews or fucking loyal. So I just give you the mods. Like, that's for me. It just shows like you're loyal to us. I trust you, and I hope you show the same trust back. And that's why I do it, because it's something that shows like, hey, I value you guys just being here. Like, we're not all the same, man. And to sit here and imply like we would all be the same is just nuts. Like, I accept that we're all different. I accept we all have flaws. I accept we all see things differently or not. At the end of the day, man, you might be a Lakers fucking King fucking whatever fan there, but we're all Raider fans here. At the end of the day, that's what brings us here. That's what brought us here. That's what got us to know each other. And you can't just look past that, because that shit means shit, dude. And I keep saying it on the street, in a town, in a fucking store, in a fucking gas station. That shit, that's where it was started. It wasn't started here. It was not started here, man. So when we sit here and bring up these fucking accusations of, oh, this person, no, that shit wasn't built here. It was built in the streets. It was built in these stadiums. People are changing this shit here, and they don't have a right to change this because they're not entitled to change it, dude. They didn't go to them stadiums to change anything there. Why didn't it? If they feel the way that they feel so bad here, how come they're not in these stadiums doing that? Because I'm gonna tell you why. These fucking guys in the stadiums all have money. They all most of them all have pretty good money. They probably don't even watch fucking YouTube to begin with. I just watch YouTube because I'm in tractors all the fucking time. It's really the only reason. And outside of that, I mean, let's be real. If I was doing everything I do, I wouldn't even have time for YouTube. So
Wait.
I would never even watch Raider YouTube to begin with. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying is like, yeah, I said in a few minutes. Well, I got the time.
3 minutes.
And then, but that's all I'm trying to say is like, I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm not here to tell you a story that other people have told you so you'll agree with me. Like, I'm not here to do that, man. Like, if you come here, we're going to talk real. We're going to talk it true as fuck. And we're going to see it from different points. We're not going to sit here and say, well, his point don't matter. No, it does matter because I want to know why you think that. I want to know what made you think that. Was it somebody that told you? Was it something that you're thinking? And if it's you're thinking, why are you thinking that? What made you think that? You know, like we can't fix shit unless we figure out why they got to that point to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody that says I'm better than it. I want to know why. Let's fix it. Let's figure out why the fuck our nation's so combative, you know?
That's just why I was like, I don't know why we're still talking about him. He left. There's nothing.
I don't talk about anybody, and again, using someone's points. That's why I run this show, because this is why we don't get over here and fucking worry about. I never said nothing personal about an individual. I said of why and how come something got brought up. Like that's what we talk about.
The reason why I was saying it was people in the comments. That's the only reason why I was saying that, just to get out of the way and all that.
Yeah, it says Rudy don't know that the culture he should have grown up with in the 80s. And I mean, that's facts, dude. I mean, and again, like, you know, John, that's something that I think about quite often, because when I hear about the way that they think, I'm like, okay, if you think, but why don't, again, like I said about the streets or about the environment, like that's shit that just comes out. It's something that it's been installed in you. It's a tick. It's natural, you know? And these guys don't have that. And then it tells me like, okay, why don't you have it? You weren't even alive then.
No, I wasn't.
And you don't even have that. They don't have those deals. So you can't sit and say that you come from an environment that 9 out of 10 have the emotion or the carry I have, but they don't. Like, why? Were you safe haven? Were you safe haven?
That's what I was
like
saying.
That's the shit I don't understand, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Now I know I don't have it. I wasn't born at the time.
Yeah, I just think, like I said, at the end of the day, we're here to educate, man. We're here to unite. We're here to bring people closer. We're here to let people know, like, hey, bro, no matter how you think about the team, no matter your take, like, listen, man, there's so many times I get in arguments with dudes and I'm just like, that's the craziest shit. Like, why do you think that? And then I got to tell myself, like, listen, man, at the end of the day, this guy is just trying to do the same as I am. He's trying to evaluate. He just don't have the valuation part down. But at the end of the day, he's just trying to make it better. And sometimes their takes are crazy as fuck. But sometimes you just got to put that to the side. Like, personal people is preference. Personal people is preference. It doesn't mean because I picked them or you picked them, they're going to win. Like, let's be real. Bills won with no name motherfuckers for 20 years. So it's just a preference when we bring up key people, key names, things like that. But it does not mean that my guy's going to win any more than your guy. Like, at the end of the day, we brought up two dudes that we thought were going to be best for the team. Yep, we're going to be done here in 3 minutes. And then we can bounce. And
it's all been to that's what you said.
All right, get up and get in your seat. We'll get ready. Wake up your sissy. Tell her to get over there too. But that's all I'm saying is like when you're in these types of environments or these type of deals, it's just natural, man, because that's where we were raised. It's where we grew up. Raider Kush and Rudy, and I don't respect that. I'm always excited for our team. Every year, that's why I'm a fan to cheer, and that's what I say. Like, you know, a few of those names you name right there, let's just be real. At the end of the day, they're conceited fucking people. I mean, they're conceited. Listen, man, like, let's be real. Everybody here knows I'm very aggressive when it comes to our team. Like, I'm aggressive. Like, I'll just be honest. Everybody, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or not. I'm aggressive. I'm gonna get into debates. I'm gonna seek out that debate because that's what I feel like. I want to fucking make sure it's valid when we talk about it. That's why I'm as passionate as I am. That's why I'm as aggressive, because it's seek and destroy, man. Because if your shit's weak, man, you ain't gonna have a fucking bridge to stand on. So at the end of the day, people know that's what I'm about. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to mute silence anybody. You've never seen me silence anybody. Bring it, bring the heat. Ask John, you included. I mean, I didn't silence you. I never did. We debated it. You came back. I stopped. We debated it again, and you've been here ever since. Like, you know as well as I know, at the end of the day, we're not like that here. We're all Raider fucking fans. We all want to win. We all want to see it the same. But I'm not here to tell you that what you're seeing ain't right, and you're not to me either. You know, like, that's why I just say, like, we all want the end goal the same. Now, a name is just something that determines an individual spot for preference. A guy for, hey, hold on, Faith, get in your seat, babe. We gotta go. Yeah, she's in it. Look, and seatbelt. Do you want to go home? Come on, hop over in your seat, babe. And then she'll share the blanket. Hop over in your seat. I know you're tired. Let's go. But that's all I say is like, at the end of the day, when I get into conversations like with John or and I'm just using John for an example, right? Yeah. I could have fucking silenced John that fast. The second John came back and was saying the shit he was saying, because he was being fucking rude at first, but that's why I said, like, I noticed it right away. And you can ask him. I stopped. I brought it up instantly. Like, I told him, like, hey, bro, it's not like that here, dude. We're going to be passionate in our shit. We both care. Like, it's not like that here, man. Like, but look, this is why he probably gravitated to that aspect, is because everywhere he's gone has been that type of outcome. So it was only natural for him to feel that way, because everywhere he's been, that's the way he's been treated. And I've always said, that's what I'm trying to do different here is we're not trying to silence. We're trying to figure out why. And we're trying to figure out why people are causing this divide. Why do people feel this way? Yeah. Like, listen, bro, we don't got to agree on the same thing. You like the Raiders. I like the Raiders, man. If it's uneducated talk, it's uneducated talk. But if we're educated and I'm saying, like, I pick, yes, I'm picking like Divine and you're picking Robert. Yeah. Well, like, come on, let's just be real, bro. Like, we're both picking the same. We're both in the same team, both deal. That's stupid argument. That's just fucking dumbass argument. Like, if we're just picking an individual player and we're fucking fighting over that, that's just dumb as hell. It's just preference at that point, dude.
If you gotta go, man, you gotta go.
Yeah, believe me, I'm a grown man. I can go. But at the same time, I say, when it comes to these things is I've always said, everybody's here to have a free voice. Everybody, what happened? Oh, here, I got you. It's right here, babe. And I just say, like, everybody's here. We just got to be bigger men to be able to stop and to say, okay, listen, man, we're both arguing over the same thing. We're just two different players. That's all. Yeah. Like, we're not disagreeing in this. We just have a different deal. So that's just a mutual in conversation. There's no hate. There's no divide. There's no anything. That's all I'm saying. Too many people take an argument that simple and fucking cast them. Oh, you can't talk here. You don't see it the way we do. You don't agree with us. You don't this and that. You know, like,
I've been like that before. I've been with someone like that before, and it was just hell.
Yeah, and I just think, like, that's all I hope is, like, when I bring it up on our show, is just encourage to help people, put out a video, encourage to help. Like, the more people start putting shit out like that and emphasizing that shit in their videos will mean that Raider Nation is speaking up. It's not just one fucking dude speaking up. You don't got to speak on it like I do. I emphasize it because that's how I feel. I feel strongly about it. So I'm going to make it known to every one of them motherfuckers that come across. I don't tell other people to emphasize it like I do. I care about it more, but to emphasize it at some point so people understand. Like, that's what it's about, is acknowledgement. It ain't about committing like I do. Just acknowledge so other motherfuckers acknowledge. Because if I acknowledge, you acknowledge, he acknowledged, there you go. You started the chain. Next thing you know, the guy's like, hey, why is he acknowledging? And that's why then they're like, okay, you know, like that starts getting a foundational ground built, you know. So that's all I say is like, if one guy's the only one that wants change, it's never going to change. And when people go around and say, like, why hasn't the Raiders changed? Why are we not winning? Because you're living in old ways. That's facts. Like, I study football like a motherfucker. You live in a culture that doesn't exist no more. You're living by morals that don't exist no more. That shit died when Al died, and it actually died in the early 2000s. It died long before Al fucking died. And people don't acknowledge that. That's why you keep repeating history. That's why they say, don't get rid of history books. Don't do these things because you'll end up repeating itself. Yes, we're
Hey,
gonna
I
leave
mean,
in
it wasn't
1 minute.
until like we started calling out.
I gotta
like,
shut mine off, so you be quiet.
It wasn't even until we started calling out that the Raider way is dead, and that everyone's saying, "Oh, they're bringing the Patriot way, destroying the Raider way." I'm like, "What is the Raider way?" Because last time I
Yeah,
checked,
it's gone
I've been
now.
alive for less
Sadly
than
gone.
2
The
decades,
Raider
and all I
way is
known is that the Raider way is just losing.
Yeah,
the
it's
Raider
gone
way
now.
has been doing nothing but losing. The Raider way was created in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, even into the 90s. John Gruden was brought here to rebuild. That's
Yeah.
why John Gruden was brought here. He was rebuilding the fucking team at that point in time. And that was the last ride. And when that shit didn't work, it fell right off the face of the fucking earth after that. So, and
Yeah.
it's been doing that the whole time. And everybody's motto is the same motto with the same losing ass result. Sometimes you need to make change to be able to fucking figure out why the fuck we ain't being able to fix it. And they can say, oh, Patriot way, or I don't give a fuck what way it is as long as it's the winning way. Like, I don't give a fuck. To imply that, oh, it's the Patriot. Listen, you can say that shit about the Browns. You can say it about the Ravens. You can say it about 100 teams in the organization over the last 57 fucking years, because there's been a lot of fucking teams that's taken players from main organizations and went to other teams and took these players over fucking here. It is personal that it's the Patriots here. It's just personal. It's not like this is the first time. Like, guys are like, oh, look at all these Patriot guys they're doing. Well, let's see how many Sean Payton guys he brings over there over the next 2 fucking years. Let's go see about how many D'Amico Ryan motherfucking players that are going to go over there. Let's go see how many Frank motherfuckers are going to go over there. Like, that's how the NFL works, dipshits. Like, that's what I think is just crazy when dudes bring up shit like that. I'm like, you about stupid as fuck. Like, every coach that comes from a team brings the fucking players with them. Like, straight the fuck up. That's how that shit's built. Motherfuckers are haters, bro. They hate the Patriots. They hate fucking Bill. They hate it. They're haters, dude. It has nothing to do with football at that point. There's no football IQ. There's no football conversation. It is straight motherfucking hater, dude. Done. No argument. It's just hater, straight up. Easy as shit. Done. You know, but hey, I'd love to keep going. My kids are gonna lose their shit here. I mean, if you want to go, Sergio, I can let you go, and then just let me know when you want to hop off or something, if you guys want to.
Nah, I'm good for the night.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, hell, we'll be back here Friday. I mean, like I said, we'll have a lot more good shit to come up with. We got a lot of good stories, good topics, man. We've been doing a lot of work on it, so we're gonna try to stay fresh all the damn time. I've always said, like, I appreciate all of you guys showing up. I appreciate you taking your time. Even I got my crazy kids back here, but hey, calm down. We're heading home. All right. Hey, we're out of here. I'm gonna play this and then we're leaving.
Dustin, by the way.
All right, no problem.
Hey.
Yeah, I just think like hey, we can't expect to be running with the same shitty ass things expecting to win when it ain't won in 20 years. At the end of the day, I just say we're all Raiders, man. We just need to take a little bit more patience, be able to deal with it a little more. Just understand where our fellow teammates or fans are coming from. Acknowledge some fucking type of help, and if not, then fuck them. Let them sink, dude. You know, I've always said, if I'm trying to save a fucker and he's trying to drown me, well, guess what, bitch? You about to get drowned, you know? So I just say, like, at the end of the day, man, we're one nation, bro. We need to start believing in it as much as we say it. You know, we need to believe in the words that we're speaking, man. Like, we don't believe in it, and there's a lot of people that don't. So to sit there and just, like I said, to bash without any information, to bash without any fucking help. I mean, would you walk by an old lady if she fell down and not offer her hand up? If you did, you're a piece of shit, you know? Like, I wouldn't. I'd walk over and try to help her up. I'd do it to any guy, any kid, any man, any woman, dude. That's just who we are as human beings, is to be there for other fucking people. If your first instinct is to just fucking kick a dude when he's down, I'm gonna be that motherfucker to punch you right there the second you do it. Like, I've always said, there's got to be a balance in life, man. Like, the balance in life, and especially in things people truly fucking care and represent, man. I've said, like, I don't mean some of the words I just say. It's just where I'm from, how I was raised. So I'm sometimes speak aggressively in words. It doesn't mean, like, you know, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, it wouldn't mean like I'd probably say that to them. Like, I wouldn't say it to them like that right away. More like if we just got to the point where, just got ignorant, then yeah, damn right, I'm gonna say it instant. But I'm not. I just say it because it's just natural to me from where I'm at. But I'm not just shit on a dude instantly. Everybody knows me here. I don't do that. I'm not that way. I try to put it nicely, and then I'm gonna put it factual, like the way it needs to be put. And I've always said, like, I wish there were more people like me around when I was growing up, because I'd probably be way farther ahead in my life. But long story short, man, I appreciate all of you guys coming here. Appreciate you taking your time, man. Go follow Raider Stats Sergio. He's doing some great things right now, man. Putting out a lot of good articles, doing a lot of good shit, dude. Like I said, he's dedicated to what he does, and that's why I believe in him as much as I do, because I believe when people take the time to devote themselves to what they believe in, you'd be very surprised in who you can be in this life. If you're being fake about who you are, don't be fucking fake about the result you get. Like, don't be that motherfucker in the mirror talking about why you ain't somebody because you only put in half the work. He's going to be able to talk about why he's successful in life because he puts in all the fucking work. And he's young, and he came through school, and he's going to be going through college, all that. That takes a lot of dedication at those years to be that committed into stuff. And he is. And that just shows commitment, loyalty. He's loyal to himself. Like that, and that's all I say. If you're not loyal to yourself, who are you gonna be loyal to? So like I say, man, he's doing great things. Go follow him, dude. He's got a lot of things going on. So
Yeah, and if any of you need to know, I think it was the other day, I just released an article that's focused around our new defensive line coach, Rob Leonard, and it talks about the history of him, talks about stats, talks about, like, it's basically like a resume. Like, that's what I'm doing now, is introducing people to who our coaches are, like who's to get Raider Nation to more, like, this is why I say the type of content creator I want to be, type of platform I want to make is not like what these other Raider content creators are making, where it's like just strictly debates or strictly narratives or strictly news source. I just want to be like, I want to be the textbook. I want to be the information. I want to be everyone's library. Like, hey, if I need information, I'll just go here. So that's why right now I'm just making a bunch of articles introducing everyone, who our coaches are, who are the scouts, who are the players, why I feel like this player's undervalued, why I feel like this player has potential, and anyone can have an opinion on it. Either it's a negative or a positive. That's all I want to do. And my next article, which is going to be out, I think, by this Friday, it's going to be about Antonio Pierce, the linebacker coach. And that's all I have to say to that. Just make sure you follow me. Make sure you spread my content. Make sure you have your friends follow me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before the season starts. That would be incredible if I make it to 1,000. If it's around the same time Dustin found me, because when Dustin found me, I had like less than 60 followers.
62, man, or 59 when he started, and look at you already up there. And like I've always said, the thing here is we're never going to say that we ever made anybody, because he did all the work, man. He did it just as much as I do the work. And I always tell him, you reap the reward that you put in, man. And I got you. I get your shoes. But that's all I say is, like, if he gets where he's at, he did the work. He's entitled to it. He earned it, man. So I've always said, like, more people have got to be more, get your shoes now, and then just be more credibility to the people that.
If anyone needs to know how valid my resources are, made an article on Sam Webb. Sam Webb liked it. He shared it himself, and now he follows me because of it, because he likes what I put out there. Players like what I put out there. They even give me criticisms, like in.
Hold on 1 second. We'll go 1 second.
I talked about Amik Robertson getting potentially cut from the team. He commented, gave a negative viewpoint on me.
Yeah, he got pissed.
That's still a positive for me, because that lets me know that I said something that he has to acknowledge. So that's how much I credit myself with that.
No, you did great, man. And like I said, keep it up, dude. Keep up the work. That's what it's about here, man. Some people, Sergio, some people are going to use this platform. He said, hi. How you guys doing? Some people use the platform. Some people use the platform to get clout, and other people are going to use it in the right way, like he did. And I make this clear to every person. Everybody knows it when I talk to them and bring them here, what the goal is. I make this clear to them, like, this is something that you can excel in, or you can just be another person on the panel. He is the perfect example of taking every opportunity of doing it, and awesome dude, man. Like, couldn't ask for a better guy. I like I've said, I'm glad that I was able to meet him and be part of us and be part of his life too, because he's a good person, and that's what it's about, man. It's like I said, at the end of the day, Raider Nation's family. I have not met him in person. One day at a game we will. But like I said, I'd look forward to it because of the person he is, by what we do every day on this panel, what we talk about in private, what we do in collaborations or not. He's solid like Iron Man, and like I said, that just goes a long way. And I've always said, support him, follow him. People like him deserve it, man. Like he's not sitting here asking you for something he ain't willing to put the work out, and that's what matters at the end of the day. But outside of that, if you have anything else you want to say, otherwise we gotta cut this. These kids are gonna fucking drive me crazy.
Nah, I'm good for the night.
Stay up out of there. Stay out of there now.
One more thing just for everyone is make sure you join our Discord community. Make sure the links are in the chat. We got a good community. We make sure all the sources are shared with everyone. We make sure everyone has
Close it right fucking now.
all their opinions, all their thoughts together. We're not a one-dimensional platform. We make sure that we're multi-dimensional so that we're just not like a bunch of robots to each other.
Facts. And that's what it's about, dude, is being able to have that conversation too. And listen, man, we ain't like other Discords where we bring you in and shit on you. That's not who we are. It's not what we build, man. I've always said this is the way I look at it. I'm not telling you to come join something. I'm asking you to go check it out. If you like it, stay. If you don't, leave. It's your choice. Nobody asking anybody to come here. I've always said my intention at the end of the day is to build platforms that everybody can go to, everybody can communicate, everybody can have a fucking free place to speak. That's all it's about, man. It's about going in there, watching movies, watching sports, watching basketball, watching baseball, not being around fake people, not knowing that, hey, man, I built a friendship with these guys this week. I really like it. And next week they're going to fucking outcast me. Like, we don't do that shit here. You build a friendship here, it's going to be for life or until we're done here, man. Like, that's just plain and simple fucking facts. Ask every single fucking dude, even part of us. They'll tell you all the same thing. So outside of that,
you always just go.
Yep, we're bouncing. I got to get out of here. So outside of that, I hope you guys have a great day. Just like I say, I try to support everybody, dude, like Omar included, man. He just started his deal. He got a few people out. We try to push them in our deal, put them in our videos, put them in my YouTubing channels. I do this with every single person because I don't think we're bigger than anybody. I think we could all grow together. That's what I think. I go out of the way to identify that and to say, hey, we have a platform that can help him start. I know I can't give you hella people, you know, we can only do each other the same way, but I say it like this. We bring people in and out of our communities. I put Ozzy, I put Lunatic, I put Omar, I put every guy that's got good content. Go to our Discord, go to the YouTube section. You'll see your videos posted there manually, automatic, dude. Like, and at everybody and notifies everybody inside there, because I've said we don't just want people watching us. We want people watching everybody that puts out good Raider content. It's not about us being dominant or them being dominant. It's about all of us being dominant, man. That's what it's about. All of us sharing the wealth. All of us having the same type of deal in the end, man. All of us sitting at the table and eating. Not one motherfucker sitting there and you getting the scraps at the end. Fuck that shit. I'm going to take your shit then. You know, like, I ain't fucking sitting here and standing by, motherfucker. You want to do that? We'll fight for that fucking food. You know what I mean? Or we could all enjoy it. Like, I feel like we should all be able to enjoy it. So at the end of that, man, hey, peace out. I hope you guys have a great night, man. Don't drink and drive. Like I always say, if you do, just fucking sleep it off, fucking call an Uber, do something. I always say you ain't gonna kill yourself and kill somebody else, man. And I would hate that you even try to do that with my kids. You see that? Like, that's what's gonna happen. It's not you, it's them, man. So I always say, just don't ever think about yourself. Think about everybody else. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you on Friday, man. And outside of that, peace out, Raider Nation. Hope you guys have a great night. You guys want to tell them good night?
Good night.
Hell yeah, tell them, get my candy. About time. Yeah. All right. Hey, outside of that, peace out. Hope you guys have a good one, man.
Did you say peace out?
I said peace out, girl.
king and his men stole the queen from her bed, bound her in her bone. The seas be ours, and by the powers where we